Welcome to Atlanta. Christ, this Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. That's right. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, do we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Back it up. Hey, that's far. How did they do?
Shalom Israel, Shalom Yahweh Yahshua, brother Thumb to the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shema al Thub, Bashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We are the Isupk Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. We teach that all so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. We are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and that the white man, as you know, who is Esau in the Bible, is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Now today, as you already know, Sabbath service, we're going to be going over book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 14, all the way to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Priest and Officer Alachazar will be reading in Hebrew, as you already know. If you don't know, we'll do 49 verses in the Hebrew, 7 verses in the Hebrew, then we break it down into English, and then continue. Got anything?
Wow, so let's get to it.
All right, that being said, I might just meet the brother here.
Like Yashala, which means 2 or 4 Israel. Majum Hapayan Hakwadam, which means to rise and face the east. We'll be going over the prayers in the Hebrew and then the English. I'll repeat after me. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malawatka. Taba'a. Watazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Maratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Washamayim. Natalanawa. Nakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawakinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawakinawa. Wala'ad. Tabayanawa. Walasayawan. Obal. Abashaynawa. Hayah. Rai. Kayah. Yaka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapa'ara. Lai Walamium. Aman. Our Father,
which art
which art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come,
thy
thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Hakak, the power in Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'akashai, the Tolanawa. Hakak, Hakak, Rapa'ah, Hamakala, Hakamalawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazrayam, Hakak, Lakwayam, Amakim, Hakak, Alkawa, Atama'ala, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the Aman. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Barak Lanawa. Wayashala. Waha. Wayah. Saparim. Barak. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Sawada. Aman.
What we just said was Lord.
Lord.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And
Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, All, Ahoyam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azoya, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Baratazah, Ayatan, Namawat, Wagarka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Mana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Ayat, Yanaka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Layala, Yahweh, Yashmarka, Makal, Rad, Yashmar, After Yahweh, Yashmar, Sadaka, Wabaka, Lata, Wa'ait, I will love.
Now in English. I will lift my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my
From
help?
whence cometh my help?
My help coming from the Lord.
Coming from the Lord.
Which made heaven
and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth
thee
will
not slumber.
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall not slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The
sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Alta Rash, Alta Shquat, Al Kayohana, Abu Yabika, Yahamaya 1, Ash, Al Imaka, Yarayama, Sabada, Wayata, Yatazawa, Altazawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Walakakina, Magaya, Wala, Yazakar, Shem Yashala, Abada, Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayuka, Wayak, Yakabatwa, Ahoya, Alawam, Wa, Yaskama, Alayam, Mawaba, Wagarium, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Halashaf, Amishabia, Tazawar, Wamashawar, Nalawa, Aman, Ayawa, Zarawa, Labanya, the Watch, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadya, Kasaya, Shara, Yabian, Manakal, Yashwan, Shamawa, Bayan, Dara, Ayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shatama, Nada, Yamawa, Kara, Kazab, Kazabak, Kazamana, Karnas Yakama, Ashtar, Amara, Narasha, Nalawa, Af, Nawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shatama, the Gargler, the Quash, the Player, Raka, the Ash, Naba Ira, Yaira, Wa, Kalaba, Talaha, Ariam, Kun, Taradama, Masa Irika, Babasa, Upaka, Nabalam, Mala, Salaka. Panyahum, Palawan, Waya, Wakwasha, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayat, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dawa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Aywan, Alka, Pa, Arataza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people. And
consulted
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come, let's cut them off.
And let us cut them off
from being a
nation.
Israel.
The name of Israel.
No more
Maybe no one remembers.
They have
consulted together.
One consent.
One consent.
They are confederate against
the tabernacle of Edom.
Israelites.
And Israelites. Moab. And Arim. Gabal. And Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. Esau also was joined with them. They are hoping the children of Lot. Salah.
Do unto them.
As to the Midianites. As to the Syrians. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like a rib and like Zaid. Yea. All the princes as a Ba and as a Munya, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burns the wood. And as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. Make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high of all earth. This is blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Why Ma'aka Allah? Why Allah Hayim? Mataziyab Ya'ah. Allah Wap Yahana. Ha Allah Wap Yam. Hasaranya. Hakatas are Yanyam. Haka Yanyam. Waha Afwakim. Yahweh. Ma'asham. Yahweh Shai. Water. Ahmad.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Mike.
And
the
angels.
Commander Junior Hana.
The general.
The captain.
Officer. The troopers.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it.
Sorry, face me. You may be seated. If anybody who's just tuning in, Exodus chapter 18, verse 14. We're going to go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. As I said before, priest and officer Alatazar is going to be reading in the Hebrew, first 7 verses in the Hebrew. We'll break down in the English, and then we'll continue. As usual, encourage participation. There was a lot of participation last class. Let's keep that up. Remember, this is class. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
All right, this is the book of Exodus chapter 18, verses 14 through 20 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah, Kathan, Mashah, Ath, Kal, Ashar, Hawa'ah, Aisha, La'aim, Wayamar, Ma, Hadabar, Hazah, Ashar, Ata, Aisha, La'aim, Madawai, Aita, Wayashab, it's like it. Yawashab, La Badak, Wakal, Ha'ain, Natazab, Aliyat, Manah, Bakwar, Aid, Ira, verse 15, Wayomar, Mashah, La Kantawa, Kaya, Yaba'ah, Alya, Ha'ain, Ladarash, Alahayim, verse 16, Kaya, Yahaya, Lahama, Dabar, Ba'a, Aliyah, Washa, Patanya, Bayan, Ayash, Wabayan, Rahawa, Wada Aithya, Ath, Kakwaya, Ha'alahayim, Ha'alahayim, Wa'ath, Tayawa, verse 17, Wayomar, Kathan, Mashah, Aliyawa, La'ah, what's it? Tawab, yeah, La'ah Tawab, Hadabar, Ashar, Atah, Aisha, Nabal, Tabal, Gum, Atah, Gum, Ha'aim, Hazah, Ashar, Aimat, Kayub, Kabad, Mamak, how the bar the I Sawakal Aisha Labadak verse 19 Aitha Shamai Bakwalawa Aya Tazak Waya Haya Alahayim Imak Haya Ata La'ain Mawal Ha'alahayim Wahaba'ath Atha Ath Haida Barium all Ha'alahayim verse 20 last verse Wahaza Ratha Atham Ath Hakakwayum Wa'ath Hatha Warath Wada'ain Laham Ath Halarak Yala Kaya Ba Wa'ath Hama Aisha Ashar Aisha Wa. Come on, Award. Give me Exodus 18 verses 14 through 20. Bible Kashah.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 14.
Come on.
And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, "What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto even." 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, "Because the people come unto me to inquire of God."
Okay, so, yeah, if I could, real quick. If I could. Okay, so real quick. Okay, so inquire. Does anybody? Oh, can you put the comments back? Does anybody know what it means to inquire? Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. What does it mean to inquire?
It means to ask questions about.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like information about.
Okay. So you're right, by the way. That is the definition. So this is the way they wrote it in here. It's like an old English. Yeah, it's like old English. So to inquire, yes, it's to pretty much seek information. It's also like to investigate.
Right.
So what's happening right here is Moses is by himself. Think Moses over here. These are all the children of Israel. He's separating himself from everybody else, right? So his father-in-law, he coming to him like, "Hey, Moses, like, what's good? Like, why are you over here by yourself?" Moses looking at him like, "Well, because these people, they questioning me about the Most High." So what's I don't want to wait because we're gonna get into the next verse.
Just imagine Commander Junior Hunter didn't have anybody under him. It was just him, and all our problems were directed to Commander Junior Hunter.
Right.
And we're gonna get to it, but
yeah, I don't want to say it, but
yes. Imagine if it's you.
Yeah, you bearing. I'm gonna just say because we won't get into it.
Everybody,
you bearing everybody's burdens.
That's crazy.
Just you think about it. Moses, like, he had Aaron and his sister to help, but Moses and sometimes like brothers who have been in any like position of authority long enough. I've seen this happen with some people. It's like you think that you could just deal with it all yourself.
Right.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. This is what brotherhood is for. This is why we have different ranks.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
to come out.
This is why you have so many different brothers with a different set of skills, different experiences to help. You can't do everything by yourself. Commander General Yohana can't do everything by himself. So you have the generals.
Right.
The generals under that, guess what we have? Captains. Captains, guess what? You got officers of 5,000s under them. Then you got 1,000, 500. You know how it goes. But you can't do everything by yourself. Not even Moses. Moses, he was doing really think about what he's doing. We go through this every time, but I'm gonna keep bringing it up. He is getting us out of Egypt, bro. It's been what, 40 years now? What,
400?
At
this point,
yeah, at this point,
yeah, we're almost at 40 years right now.
Yeah,
it was not it.
So that's a long time to be dealing with this. It wasn't like I want people to understand, like, it's not like we just exited Egypt and that was it. Oh, we out now. Like, no, we had to travel through the wilderness for decades,
right, before
we finally got to the land of Israel. And at that time, it was still the land of Canaan. That's a whole nother breakdown. point is, he's going through a lot. And his father-in-law, he notices this. So if you got anything else before we continue.
Let's continue the story. But understand, I really want you to understand, and I don't want to gloss over this. The people came to Moses to inquire about God. Why? God is not talking to your ass. He's not talking to you. God does not deal with you directly. You are a nobody. I know in your mind you're so important. I know you think you are the ish. You think everything revolves around you. You live in your own world. If your life is not going right, it's everybody else's problem. When life is going right, you did it all by yourself, no help, nobody needed. Let me tell you something. You are not important in life. You're gonna die, and life is still gonna keep going. God is still gonna be around. Right. The Alpha and the Omega, the Ancient of Days. He's still gonna be here. Christ is still gonna be here. Christ is not talking to you. God is not talking to you. Even kings of Israel had to go to a prophet to inquire of what they need, of what God needs from them. This is throughout the Bible. God is not talking to you. If anybody's talking to you, it's yourself. And if it's not yourself and it's something else, you have schizophrenia and you need help. And we're here to help you. Right. That's it. Keep reading.
Verse 16. When they have a matter, they come unto me.
Look, again, Moses saying all these, it's thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe 1 million people, maybe 2 million people. Imagine the whole nation. That's a lot. You have to start processing this and putting it in your mind. Imagine you led all of us out of America. You led us all out of South America. And every person that has a problem is coming up to you and asking you for advice on how to get through something and what does the Lord require of you to get through this situation. Right. You have no time for nothing else. Keep reading.
And I judge between one and another.
Come on.
And I do make them know the status of God and his law. Statutes of God and his law.
Come on, right there. If I could, I want y'all to really, because I don't want to gloss over this. Y'all know, like those who've been in school long enough, General Muhammad, like he goes through a lot of councils. Y'all ever see those moments where he's like, look, don't blow up my phone. I'm at the gym right now. I'm at the gym. Like as brotherly as General Muhammad is, look, he got to take a break too.
Bro, and he got kids himself.
He got kids. He got ribs. He got other stuff he got to do too. Now, what I'm saying is, imagine what General Muhammad does, but like tenfold. Like, think about that. You can be the nicest, kindest, most patient person. Look, we all human. Eventually, you're going to get irritated. Bro. Eventually, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. What is it now? And it's not like a brotherly thing, but it's like you getting to that point, like, damn, that's a lot. Again, to highlight, you can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
You need brothers.
Right.
You need brothers around. You need ribs. Hey, a woman and a wife in the Hebrew is actually the same thing. They both mean what? Help me. You need help. The Lord knows you need help. That's why he'll give you men under you.
That's why.
Yeah, he has men over you. Maybe you need guidance on certain things. This brother might be a little bit more knowledgeable to you. Okay, I'm gonna point this brother over you. And even that brother, he got somebody over him because he need help too.
All right.
It's okay to accept help.
And if I may,
go ahead.
Sometimes your problems do not need to exceed past the 500. They might not need to exceed past 1,000. Your issue is you're not willing to get the counsel that is needed at that time. If that 500 can't help you, even if that 50 can't help you, if I can't help you, I'm just asking them. I'm gonna ask Dr. Zach, and they'll help you. If they can't, they're gonna go to Dr. Zach.
Then we'll go. Yeah.
If they can't, stop one. They can't, Calvin Corn. He can't, Calvin Dawar. He can't, Calvin Sawyer. He can't, Trinity behind. That's how it works. Sometimes what you think is such a big deal is probably never a big deal. What really what's going on? You just lack faith. You just lack faith of any situation that you have. Sometimes your problem is not as big as you think it is, and it can really get resolved and fixed in a 2-minute conversation. Personally, I know. You too. You know, we all do.
We all been through it.
What you think? Oh, such a big deal is not a big deal. But back to the point, Moses is dealing with everybody's problem. Everybody's stupid. My husband likes this other woman. That is the dumb ass reason to get a counsel.
If I could remember, we were the same people at this time. Remember, we was complaining we don't got no water.
What are we talking
Moses
about?
Ain't got no freaking
water neither.
Like,
with you.
I'm thirsty. Thirsty too.
You think Moses? What you think he don't get?
You think he's traveling on a camel with a canteen?
What are we talking about?
Hey, y'all good? I'm good. Like, no.
He's thirsty too.
Yeah. But Flaggy, go ahead.
Verse 17.
Verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the things that thou doest is not good.
It's not good. It's not good to deal with everything by yourself. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Thou will surely wear away.
This is stress. This is he like these people gonna stress you out so much you're gonna die. Die before your time is coming because you're gonna be so stressed out.
That's real.
You can die. You die from stress.
Yes.
Why do you think so many black men die? Why do you think a man dies before a woman dies? Most
Stress.
stress.
That's facts.
Shit's a real thing. I'm more stressed out in life than you are. Why do you think you agitating me ain't part of why I'm gonna die? I'm gonna die early because you getting on my nerves every goddamn day. And I have to deal
on
with
top of everything else. Like being a so-called black or Hispanic in this world, like, come on, we already know
what
how
are you
it
talking
is.
about?
If you want to make it anywhere in life in the world, you got to conform a little bit. But even with that comes stress.
Stress.
Like I remember it was my uncle, and I forgot like what he does, but he pretty much put it out to me like he said the higher you get, the whiter it gets.
Yep.
And he's one of the only few black men in his profession. He's surrounded by white people all the time. So you can never be yourself. You can never be yourself. You gotta speak a certain way, carry yourself a certain way. You got to be better than everybody else because they always deep down they look down on you. Like you don't like. I know it seems small, right? That like wears on you after a while. Like just imagine never being able to be comfortable in your environment ever.
Why do you think it's like when you especially me and you we both in East Island military?
Yeah.
When you see a brother, you like I bet
you get kind of like happy.
Yeah,
like, hey,
you like
it's another one.
and I hope he. I hope he like me.
Yeah,
because I can't just imagine being black and then walking to 100 white people in the room. Mm-hmm. You get tired of that. You can't listen to music you want to listen to. You can't act the way you act. Mm-hmm. You can't. They don't understand what you're going through.
Yeah,
they don't get it. And you going through all that. You like, damn. And then he got to come home to nonsense. Well, brother don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that.
Constantly.
That's why he died at 50.
That's real though. That's real. That's why the life expectancy. I'm gonna just say this, like all 12 tribes, especially out here, like because I mean, like not saying that Esau don't got power up in South America and stuff too. I'm pretty sure, like,
they dying fast too.
Yeah, they died. I forgot. Was it? I think it's Venezuela. Yeah, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, definitely Haiti. Levi is going through it. I think they're going through it worse than anybody else. My personal opinion. But my point is like our life expectancy is so low because it's other things that they poison the food, all that awful stuff. But it's stress. You can never be yourself. Like think about it like this: white people don't like it when it's too many of you.
Right?
They get uncomfortable, and guess what they do? They put things in order to make it to where there's predominantly white people here. They'll make complaints. Oh, he doesn't belong in this neighborhood.
Right?
There's too many of you. We go through that all the time. The difference is we can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So we just stress all the time. And yeah, that's what ends up happening. You go to a lot of hospitals. Statistically, it's been shown that the mortality rate for Black women is higher because they don't take them seriously. Like when they make their complaints, they're like, oh, it's whatever. That's why they get happy when when you get like a Black nurse. I ain't gonna lie, like when my rib gave birth, I was happy. We got a Black nurse.
We had Spanish.
Hey,
I was happy.
I'm like, oh my God. Shit. But like my point is like it's kind of like what you said, like you get relieved when you see another one of you. It's like
they get it.
Yeah, because they get it. They understand, okay, they going through the same shit that you went through, so I can level with you.
Right.
I'm gonna just say heathens in general, they can't do that. Right. They look at you like they'll be like, why can't you get to where I'm at?
Crazy.
I came into this country and I'm doing what? Shut up.
And this is why Christ has to cut their heads off.
Right.
And the reason why Esau has to go into slavery, the reason why these other heathens have to go into slavery and captivity, so they can feel it. You talk about life is not fair.
Well, we're gonna show you fairness.
It's only fair.
It's only righteous judgment. Hey, these black people who are so great, these Hispanics who are so great, these Native Americans who are actually so great, but they're in the worst conditions ever, the worst conditions possible. And when one of them finally somehow looks up and get out, you think all of them supposed to be like that? That's not how that works.
Yeah, there's always going to be what they call it an outlier.
Yeah,
there's always one, like
every time.
But you're right, like, oh, this person made it out. Why don't the rest of you?
Well, that's not how it works.
We can't all. It's kind of like we all can't do the same thing. Like some people, you a great electrician,
right?
Some brothers are good with mathematics. Right. Some brothers are good at building stuff. Some brothers can fight. Some brothers are facts. Some brothers are good at sports. Right. Some brothers are good with psychology. I don't know. You all got different skills. This brother made it out because, let's be real, most of the time he's either an athlete or he's like an artist or something. Nigga, I can't rap. Like,
I can't shoot ball.
I can't move like that.
I don't play football, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's 6'6". I'm 5'11". Like, I can't do that.
The fact you gotta do that just to make it is
you
don't. It was a joke. It was a joke told by Chris Rock. I think it was Chris Rock. And he said, "Hey, in my neighborhood, it was him and some famous dude. And it was a brother. Like we live here. The other brother's like athlete or something like that. He was like, we live in this neighborhood. But everybody, I'm a famous comedian. This is a famous basketball player. Everybody else who lives here are dentists, doctors, lawyers, something that's not that."
Right.
He was like, do y'all get that? The fact that I have to be the greatest comedian ever almost, and this brother here has to be an athlete, one of the greatest athletes, Hall of Famers ever.
You got to be this.
Why they can be this? A white person can just be so average and mediocre and live in the same neighborhood. You got to be 10 times better than this. I'm definitely not thinking off topic. I'm going to run through real fast. Tommy Davidson, he was adopted by white people. So Edomites raised him. He was adopted by Edomites. He had a sister who was always late to school. That was their birth daughter. And Tommy Davidson was always late to school. They getting dropped off at the same time. But the daughter never had to go to detention. Tommy Davidson always had to go to detention. The mom shows up, Edomite. This Edomite lady shows up, his adopted mother. She shows up and says, "Why is my child always in detention?" And it was like, my daughter's never in detention. I think her daughter's name was Bertha. It's her sister, it's Bertha, whatever. And she's not in detention. And it was like, why is he always in detention? And it was like, because he's always late. Well, like, she's always late, but she's never in detention. And they walked up, they was like, "Oh, that's your daughter?" She's like, "Yes." They're not knowing he's adopted. Anyway, she pulls him out. So he's not going to detention. He's coming with me. They pull him over to the side of the road. She tells him, "Your sister can always be late to school. And it's gonna be fine. She'll never go to detention." They said that. That's what the mother said to Tommy Davidson. She said, "Your sister can always be late to school."
Oh, you're saying that to him. Okay.
You can't. You can't. If you black, you can't make a mistake. Imagine running through life your whole life and you can't make a mistake. Because if you make a mistake, it's 10 steps back. Mm-hmm. A white man who's been to prison, who is a felony, has more. This is stats. This is facts.
Our president is a felon.
He's a felon. White man who's a felon can go get a job quicker than a brother who's never been in trouble with the law ever in his life. You know the psychological disadvantage. Like it just takes your mind. Yeah. That's why it's like, okay, man, I filled out 100 applications. I cannot get called back. We've done plenty of tests like that where a black person would say they black and then they'll apply to the same job with the same qualifications and fake as if they were white and they would get so many more callbacks. We ain't making this shit up. This is not a fair place. And because of that, you got to go into captivity so you can understand, yeah, I'm going to hire him because he's black.
Yeah, it's only fair. Like, again, we got to get back to it, but I want to just touch on what he's bringing out. It is fair. It's like, again, it's like what I brought out last time. The Most High is like a strict father. Right. He's fair. Like he's stern. I think that's a better word. He's stern. He's fair. He's like, okay, you know what? These people, my favorite people, have gone through this.
Right.
The average white American, or just Esau in general, they have not went through this. They try to say things like, "Oh, like the Irish were in slavery." No, like we ain't trying to hear that.
Indentured servitude.
Like, yeah, but literally, but the thing is, they will never truly understand or have compassion for what you went through because, let's be real, historically, they have never been through that. Like, there is power in a white man's racism. They can sit here and deny you a job because you're black or Hispanic. They can isolate you and fire you because you're black or Hispanic. They can say it's something else. Oh, he was late amount of times or whatever. They can say that, but really it's because you black and they don't want you there. They can do things like that. There is no power within with our racism, if you even want to call it that. That's why they ask questions like, oh, can a black person be racist? It's like, we kind of can't, because we can't do what they do. I cannot deny a so-called white man a job because he is white. I can't do that. I cannot deny an East Indian man a job because he's East Indian. I can't do things like that. No black person can do something like that because we don't have the power to do something like that. Right. There's no power behind it. We can be prejudiced, but a white man or a so-called white woman, they can do that. So again, let's just go back to the original topic, the level of stress. That's the stress. Now imagine that, but tenfold, because that's what Moses is going through. Moses is having to govern the entire nation of Israel, getting us out. And remember, we're used to captivity at this point. We haven't made it. This isn't like Solomon is reigning over us and like we live in good life. We got palaces and we ain't there yet.
Right.
We coming out of captivity, and that's all we know. All we know is I was a slave. And we're used to that. Now you got this man who looks like us, and this is another thing too. Another reason why, because they love to bring up black on black crime, right? Right. Which is crazy because white people kill at a much higher rate. But the reason why black on black crime is a thing is because it's sad to say, but a lot of black men suffer from self-hate. Black women too, because your whole life, you are shown the image of a black man who is successful is either an artist, a rapper, or an athlete. And most of the time, you got a rapper or whatever, he's talking about degenerate shit. So lucky for my language, right. He's being real. So he's degrading himself. That's appeasing to you because he's like, oh, he made it out. He got money. He got bread. I want to be like that. In America, European beauty standards are what is considered beautiful. If you look to black or you look to, I'm gonna say indigenous, because there are some Hispanics who aren't of the 12 tribes. Yeah. Like it's really an Edomite. But when they start to look more indigenous, or they skin a little too tan, or they have too many Central American features or something like that, then it's like, oh yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that. Right. That's what starts to happen. And that's why a lot of black men who are growing up in these situations, they don't have a problem killing them. Right. Because deep down they hate themselves. Right. If you hate yourself, if I hate me, I'm like this, I hate myself as a black man. How can I respect you or award? You wouldn't. I can't, because I hate myself. I can't respect you because I hate me. So now I have no problem bringing out a gun and shoot one of y'all. But a white man, he's in a position of power. Think about it. Most rappers rap about killing each other. Right. You rap about killing a white man. You're not gonna make it. Or you're not gonna make it. You're gonna have to make a public apology. You can't do that. You rap about something about the rainbow community, you're gonna make a public apology. Right. You can't do that, but it's okay for you to degrade yourself. Right. You do that. Letting you it's psychologically letting you know you're not important. When you should be. You should say, I am somebody. I am important. I'm supposed to be here. I am great. I am this. I am that. I'm not a nobody. I'm not someone whose life does not matter. Mm-hmm. Imagine looking at a brother and be like, his life matters. That's how you should look at it. I mean, his life matters. It matters to the point I don't care. I don't give a damn how angry I am. I'm gonna try to resolve this conflict with words, so we can find some even ground and be cool with one another. Well, you get to the point and you watch it on TV, you watch it on video, and white people tell you feel that way. That's why you think I'm gonna kill you over disrespect. I'm gonna kill you because you stepped on my shoe. That's why I'm gonna kill you because you stepped on my shoe. You know why? Because I'm disrespected everywhere else. And the reason why I'm gonna unalive you instead of this white man who disrespecting me, the reason why I'm gonna do it is because I know through society it does not matter if I unalive you or not. That's deep. I know it. I know it does not matter if I unalive you or not. It does not matter if I go to prison for the rest of my life or not. It does not matter because I don't matter. And that is what they're telling you. That is why you need the Bible. That is why you need to know Jesus Christ is black. That is why you need to know Mary Magdalene was black. Joseph was black. King David, King Solomon, Job, everybody in this Bible. Moses black.
You need to know that these are blacks, Hispanics, these are Native Americans, these are 12 tribes of Israel. You need to know that these people are your people. Why? Because it gives you a better outlook on what we can be if we decide to be it. Keep going. So like, what we at, 18?
Verse 18.
18. Yeah.
Thy will surely wear away, both thy and this people that is with thee.
Mm.
For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
You can't run the nation by yourself.
You can. And if I could, real quick, where it says, thou will surely wear away, which we already brought up, right?
Right.
Stress gonna kill you.
Right.
Then it says, both thou, meaning you, and this people that is with thee, meaning you ain't the only person. You gotta think, Moses at this time, he's in charge.
Right.
If he goes, who's gonna govern the rest of Israel?
Exactly. You don't know burden.
Think like
You ain't ready for that burden, man. Sakar, you're not ready for that burden.
that's what's gonna happen. So now, because you are trying to bear all these burdens yourself, you're damaging yourself.
Come on.
But you are whatever rank you are. It don't even matter. Whatever rank you are in charge of somebody.
Right.
You trying to do everything yourself. Now it burdens you. You're gonna fail. And if you fail, guess what? The men and women under you, they're gonna fail because they're looking at you for guidance.
Right.
But how can they look at you for guidance when you're destroyed now? Now it's like, oh, man. It's like we say, you cut off the head, what happens? You destroy the body.
That's it.
Israel at this time, that's the body. Moses at this time, he has been appointed as the head of Israel.
Right.
So if he goes, oh, we doomed. That's it. So that's heavy. Like you really got to think, if you really care about your people, don't bear the burden all by yourself.
Right.
Don't do it. You need help. Ask.
You're gonna get it.
It's okay. Like
Right.
we get it. We still human. Like we God's chosen people, but we still human. We still got emotions. We still we in captivity. We all know what we all going through. Don't do everything by yourself. Don't do it. It's like you can keep going.
No problem. Verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee.
Mm-hmm.
Be thy for thy people Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do.
Moses, your job is to tell the people how to walk. Right. Your job is to tell the people what to do. Your job is to make these people a guide for people. That's your job. That is your job, Moses. Eventually, what's going to happen, God is going to find other brothers who has that same type of skill set to help him learn these. Imagine Commander Junior Hunter teaching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Doing everything by himself.
What ain't got to do Passover. And you can't. He physically, you
That's
can't
crazy.
do it. You can't do it.
You got to do all that. You got to teach Sabbath. You got a whole camp. He has to be in charge of all the high holy days. Like,
Media department, councils. He can't do it.
you would die.
You would die. I'll give you a year. I'll give you a year.
Shit, if that.
You can't do that every 7. You can't do it. This is why men are appointed underneath you. This is why once you get a certain rank, there should be brothers underneath you that should be able to carry that burden. Brothers are like, hey, look, I've been doing this for 5 years. Hey, one of your other brothers, you have to take it on.
Right.
I can't, because you getting more responsibilities individually at the home.
That's what happens.
Hey, brother, I need you to, hey, brother, you young. Come step up. I need you to do this. I did it for 5 years. You can do it too. It's going to be another brother. Do you think I'm just me going to be teaching Sabbath service for the next 20 years? It's not happening. We're going to appoint brothers that we want to make wiser than us teach this class. I'm not going to get all the way to Revelation. I'm not. Just letting you know now. I might. But I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way to Revelation by the time I pass it to another brother. He's not. He's gonna eventually. It's gonna be. That's all. It's a long way.
But yeah, you're right. It might be Lord allow.
Right.
Might
be nice,
brothers. No, but that's good though. That's why we always stress so much. Raise up the men under you to be better than you.
Right.
Like the thing is, that's brotherly. Like you don't want to hold all the knowledge for yourself. Like
That's
what's the point? Think about it. Imagine if Commander General Yohana withheld all the information for himself, never bestowed it to anybody else. There would be no generals. There would be no General Hyman. There'd be no General Haas.
Right.
There'd be no General Q. There would be no Captain Tazariak.
Right.
There'd be no Captain Godal.
None of this.
There would be Like we would not be able to do the things that we are able to do now if that knowledge wasn't bestowed on to the next brother. That's brotherly.
Right.
Not only are you being brotherly towards that brother, because it's like, you know, you making like, I'll say like that's like it's kind of like a father's love. A father is going to teach you because he wants to see you have that same skill set. And that's real though. Like, you got a son, you don't want your son to be up under you all the time because you know one day he's going to become a man.
Right.
So you want to give him the skill set. Like, okay, I have these skills. I want to give my son these skills.
Right.
Who knows? He might get better skills than me.
Right.
You know, to add on. And then Lord allow, he passes it on to his son. And you know, so on and so forth. You want that. You want to pass it on because when you die, because you will, all that knowledge is gone. Now, guess what? You have now failed everybody else under you because now they can't take care of themselves.
And if I may, we actually brought this up Thursday's scripture breakdown class with Karatazar. He was talking about how the people in the past speak to you in the future. You write it down. You pass it on. We still, up to this day, I'm listening to Moses.
That's crazy.
This is thousands of years ago. This is why Christ said, hey, I'm glad y'all here with me, but more blessings to the brothers who never seen me and still believe on me. Because we're just going off what he wrote. I didn't get to see Christ walk on water, brother. I didn't get to see it. But he walked on water. I didn't get to see him turn water into wine. But I know he turned water into wine. But why? Because his records are written down and everything that he said do, we do. This is the point of you having children. That's why you have a precept book. That's why you have breakdown. That's why you go to council so you can hear something. Because it's gonna get to a point. Man, that's the thing that I can tell a warrior that he'll know right now. He probably knew it as a trooper because I told him as a trooper. I did not know that as a trooper. I probably found it out a month ago. The process of me telling him that, and so when he get here, he can advance that. But somebody be like, "Where you get that from?" I'm like, my work has been good. I feel happy to hear that. I'll give you a quick personal story. Karatazar gave me a quick counsel. We was talking about something. We was talking about wives, and this was like a couple years ago. And I ain't gonna tell you what he was telling me, but he told me something, and then I talked to Captain Dog. I was like, man, this brother told me something that it sounds just like you would say. He was like, exactly. He come right up under me. And I never think Captain Dog smiled so much in his life because he was like, damn, yeah, brother. That's the point. The pain, like, these brothers come up under me, I tell them, and then they tell you. That's how your words live on forever. That's how it lives on forever. This Bible lives on forever. Why? We just going off the words that were told to us. Right. And God ain't speaking to me. He ain't talking to me. His words were written down in his book. His counsel was written down in his book. Wisdom was written down in his book. Guess what? Brothers who read this Bible like Moses, or wrote the Bible like Moses, wrote it down so now we can have it. Right. Now I can have it. Now he can have it. Now warrior has it. Same thing.
Brother said, before we go into the next 7 verses, brother said, each one teach one. Yeah, in a sense, you don't want to have all the knowledge for yourself because I get what you mean too. It's like the thing, because I'm thinking like, yeah, like when I was a trooper, there were certain things I didn't know. And then like, you know, you become an officer, the brother's like, well, above you teach you. And then you see a brother who's a trooper. And then it's like, you kind of like want to see him like be better.
You do.
So you put like what you know. So now they know now as a trooper what you didn't know until you was already at 50.
Come on.
So now when they are a 50, 500 or whatever rank they get to, they're already like a step ahead.
Right.
And then the brother under them, they can do the same thing for him. Now he even better than him. He's able to break down stuff at an officer of 50 that you wasn't able to do until you was a 500 or 1,000.
Right.
That's beautiful. That's what you would want. It's like that's all I got.
If I may. The book of Exodus chapter 18, verse 21 through 27 in the Hebrew. While Thakazah, Makal, Ha'ain, Ainashya, Kayal, Yara'ayah, Alahayam, Anashya, Amath, Shanaya, Batazai, Washamath, Ilahum, Sharaya, Alapayam, Sharaya, Ma'awath, Sharaya,
Kama Shayam, Washaraya, Aisharath, verse 22, Waya Patawa, Waya Patwa, Atha, Ha'ain, Bakal, Aith, Wahayam, Kal, Haidabar, Hagadal, Yaba Ya'aiwa, Ya'awa, Alayak, Wakal, Hadabar, Hakwatan, Yasha Pa Tawa, Hama, Wahakwal, Ma'alawath, Wana Shawa, Athak, Amma, Ath, Hadabar, Hazah, Thayashub, Watazawak, Alaham, Waya Kalath, Aimad, Wagum, Kal, Ha'aim, Hazah, Al, Makwa Mawa, Yaba'a, Bashar 1, verse 24, Waya Shama'ai, Masha, Lakwawal, Kathanwa, Waya Aish, Kal, Ashar, Amar, verse 25, Waya Bakar, Masha, Anashya, Kayal, Makal, Yashala, Wayathan, Atham, Rayasham, Al, Hayam, like a Hayaim, Sharya, Alapanyam, Sharaya, Ma'awath, Sharya, Kama Shayam, Washaraya, Aisharath, verse 26, Washa Kwatawab, Ath, Ha'aim, Bakal, Aith, Ath, Hadabar, Hakwashab, Yaba Ya Iwan, Al, Mashab, Wakal, Hadabar, Hakwatan, Yasha Pawa Tawa, Hama, verse 27, last verse, Waya Shalakah, Masha, Ath, Kathanwa, Wayalak, Lawa, Al Aratazawa. Let's go 21 to 27. Bible shot.
All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and of tens.
If I could, real quick, I feel like that part's pretty obvious, but for anybody who had any questions as to why we have sayings such as, oh, a warrior is an officer of 50.
Right.
Ladazar is an officer of 50. I'm an officer of 500.
Right.
Person officer Karadazar is an officer of 1,000. Dawan is an officer of 5,000. Captain Gadalhar is a captain of 13,000. The reason why, like, I just want you to understand, we didn't just make that up. People are like, look, they just made that rank up. No, we didn't. That's from the Bible.
From the Bible.
When you're an officer of 50, you are an officer of 50 people.
Right.
We might go to war tomorrow. Like, you never know what's going to happen. Because Christ's going to come back. We don't know when he's going to come back, but he's going to come back. And there's going to be a time, because I know some brothers, like, I've seen it with some people, they try to think like, okay, you're an officer of 50, but like that's like the lowest ranking officer.
Right.
You're still an officer.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
You're
You have a responsibility. There might come a time where it's like, hey, I need you to be in charge of these 50 people. 50 people is still a lot.
And it's not 50 people. It's 50 men and their families. Yeah. This family might got 15 people. You gotta, I'm in charge of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We got a wife and 4 kids.
Because you're dealing with him, so he deals with them. So you might be an officer of 50, but you low-key might be an officer of like about 1,000. Because there's, like you said, there's men and women, children that are under them as well. And you think you're not going to talk directly to them. I'm not going to talk to your red. I'm going to talk to you.
Right.
And then how you govern your home.
Right.
You know, you deal with that. But that's what happens. But that's why we have these ranks, because it's a chain of command. Again, you can't do everything. You're gonna need some captains,
Right.
But not everybody can be a captain. This brother might not be ready to be a captain. Maybe he has to learn from somebody else.
Right.
And it might take some years. Now he's a captain. Not everybody is going to be an officer of 1,000, but we're going to need them. But the thing is, what's a leader without his followers? You need a chain of command.
Right.
You got to go through the steps. But whatever rank you are, that's rank.
Right.
Don't ever get into that mindset of, oh, I'm just this. Don't do that. Don't, because I've seen it. Don't ever do that. You are in charge of something.
Right.
You have a responsibility. And just because I've seen it, like, look, I'll share this with y'all. I won't get all into it because it's like, can't reveal everything. But before I was an officer, a certain brother looked at me like dead in my face, like I just made trooper, and he looked at me and said, "Yeah, you ain't gonna be a trooper for long." And I knew what that meant. I remember I laughed at first. I was kind of like, "Oh, what you mean by that?" He did not smile. He looked at me dead in my face, like, "No, I want you to be in charge of this." That's before I even got there.
Yeah.
Then I got there. Then guess what? He put me through the fire, and then it was like, "Okay, now you're in charge of this."
Right.
But I ended up finding out later that most at the time, the 50s, not everybody gets that kind of responsibility. But,
Right.
but the brother, he gave me that. So you might get a responsibility that you might think is above you.
Right.
Don't think that it's above you. You're an officer. Whatever it is, you might be in charge of something tomorrow because you're an officer. That's it. And you should feel good to know, like, okay, you know what? The Lord and this brother see that I am capable of doing this.
Right.
So do it. Do it to the best of your ability. You might be better than he was.
Dude, responsibility is not a burden.
Yeah.
Responsibility, it's a blessing. We say, hey, somebody thinks that I am capable of doing something. And you should prove them to be right. You should prove them, oh, okay, this brother can do this. Oh, he's good at this. He might can do this too.
Because you don't want to not be getting responsible.
You're gonna be in multiple departments. I'm letting you know now. You're gonna have to be in multiple departments. There's not a brother in here who's not in multiple departments. You have to be. It's good. Let me tell you what responsibility does for you. It gives you something to do. Always stay busy, man. I'm out. I don't care what's going on. I know I gotta show up on a Saturday. I know that for sure. I know I'm in charge of medical. I know that for sure. I know I gotta get a CPR license. I know that for sure. So I have to stay on top of medical things. I have to know, okay, well, this brother got this medical disability. What's going on with this brother? Let me check on this brother. Which helps me what? Be a better brother. Helps me understand more. Helps me learn more. You have to be in multiple departments. Okay, we're talking about Sabbath service. Okay, how does this run? What do we need? How do we get that? Sabbath service is hard to run, buddy. It is hard to run. And guess what? We're going to run it. And the water for somebody to believe in me and say I can do it. You should be like, damn, the brother think they give me imagine letting your father down. You know what I'm saying? It's not a worse feeling. The worst feeling, the worst answer you could get up in here, no sweat.
Yeah, that's like
that's horrible.
I remember I was like a teenager. I remember I did something, and usually it was like, okay, I'm on punishment, whatever. I remember my dad looked at me one day. He was like, "I'm disappointed," and just walked off. That was like one of the worst feelings. I'm like, damn, I'd rather you just take my TV away or something like that.
I'd rather a beating.
Yeah,
I'd rather a physical beating than someone who I look up to tells me I am disappointed.
Yeah, but because it hits you different. Because like you said, when you're given responsibility, you should have, like, in a righteous way, by the way, you should have some sense of pride, because it's like, wow, this brother saw something about me that I could do this. And sometimes you need that. You need somebody to believe in you. Right. Because you might not believe in you. You might think, like, I'm just good at this. This brother is observing. You're like, this brother,
he'd be good at this.
He's good at this.
Right.
This brother is very articulate. This brother speaks very well. He's very good at his teaching. This brother, he has a very, like, shamar spirit. He'll be very good at this. And they appoint you to wherever you need to be, whatever it is that you need to do. Hey, look, just do it to the best of your ability.
That's it.
Because you should want some type of responsibility. Don't be that person. You just the officer for nothing. Bro, you don't want that. Like, if you're not given any responsibility, if it was me, I'll look at myself and be like, damn,
If I may,
Go ahead.
as it is on earth, as it is in heaven. If you're given responsibility on earth, it's because angels think that you should be given responsibility.
Come on, man.
They notice you. You getting everything you're doing is being marked now. I'm just saying, yeah, let's this brother should do this. You get praise in the school because you got praise in heaven. It's
a beautiful
on
thing.
earth as it is in heaven. You have to start thinking beyond what you think. Oh man, brother, stop messing with you. Like, man, what the hell going on? Like, nah, I can't trust that brother to. Let me. You want to be a brother that somebody call and say, "Hey, can you do this for me?"
Yeah, I'd be vexed. I'm like, damn, don't nobody want me to do
You
that.
what?
Like, damn, I feel useless. I'd be like, damn, like,
I can do it.
like,
I can do it.
like, hey, you should have that kind of spirit. you should have that kind of spirit. But it's like you said, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, because it's not. I know we're talking about like a brother appointing you for something, but it's not really the brother. It's really the Most High
Right.
that's anointing somebody up over you,
Right.
that they can. Because again, it kind of goes back to the Lord delegates.
Right.
Just like how Moses is now learning to delegate. He's
Right.
not doing everything himself. He's learning, okay, you know what? He's looking at his father-in-law like, yeah, you're right. I need to find able-bodied men, and I need to see, okay, this brother got this skill set, this brother got this. Okay, even with, remember, who I believe it was Aaron. Aaron could speak well.
Right. And Moses had like a lisp or whatever.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, but the Lord saw that even in the beginning. Let's go back a little bit. He didn't bear the burden just on Moses. He saw, okay, you know what? He might need a little bit of help. And his brother's really good at this. You know what? Bring him along too.
And he's going to be a mouthpiece to you.
Come on.
And you're going to be a guide to him.
But you see how everybody's good at something.
Right.
So, yeah, that's all it is. But this is what Moses is learning right now. Okay, I can't do everything myself. And he's heeding to the counsel, by the way. That's another thing.
Right.
He's listening.
Right.
He is a man who is over Israel right now, but his father-in-law, he's over him, but he's not over him. Like, don't think like he's in charge of Israel, but it's his father-in-law.
Right.
Somebody that he looks up to in a sense.
Right.
So now he's coming to him. Moses, hey, look, you're doing a great thing, but you can't do this all by yourself, man. Like, you're going to die. And, you're going to fail not just yourself, but the people. So now Moses is like, you know what? Okay. You know what? You're right. I should do this, right? He's talking with him. He's heeding to the counsel. He's heeding to the counsel. For anybody that ever goes to counsel, hey, look, listen to the counsel. I'm telling you, we ought to make the counsel. Myself, you got it. Look, heed to the counsel.
Right.
Leave it at that. So now he's understanding, okay, I can't do everything myself. We get these men. These men have a certain set of skills, and I'm going to appoint them officers of 1,000, 5,000, 50, whatever they need to be.
Right.
He's delegating. Smart. Now they can bear some of the burden for him, but they can all help each other.
Right.
That's all.
That's it.
Verse
22.
And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and thy shall bear the burden with thee.
What I just say?
Hey,
I didn't even read that.
Scriptures say 2 together is good, but 3 together is really good. I'm paraphrasing. Bro, imagine you got a group of brothers you trust in, who you're like, damn, you'll never fall. I trust in these brothers. I'm not worried about nothing. So I got these brothers around me. They can bear the burden with me. Yeah, just imagine, man, a big strong rock, and you like, I'm trying to pick this up, and I can't. Imagine you trying to move a car. You ever seen somebody stop on the side of the freeway, and one person not gonna move that big ass F-150. You're not gonna do it, or that 350. It's gonna take a couple of our brothers to pull over their car and be like, hey, let me help. Now all y'all putting y'all strength together, cars in neutral, and now the car is moving. That's this. The burden of being in charge of all Israel should not just be placed on one man. He got to have people he can delegate who can help him push this truck with him, so the truck can get to moving, so they can finally get into a part so that they can fix the car. And I hope that analogy is making sense, because this nation has to be fixed. But somebody got to get in that driver's seat, put it in neutral, and somebody got to get behind him. And by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brothers got to get behind him and help push that car, move that car to a safe location, and then from there they can find out what's going on, and then they can fix the car.
If I could, real quick, I don't know, like I forgot who it was. It's an old movie. It's like an animated movie. It's called Bugs Life.
Oh yeah.
There's a I can't. You know what quote I'm talking about? It's a quote. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. It's an older movie, but anyway,
20 years.
Yeah, but it's like the grasshoppers. They're like oppressing the ants.
Yeah.
And I remember. I wish I knew it verbatim. Anyway, there's a scene, and I didn't understand it until I got older. There's a scene where the grasshopper is like telling the other grasshoppers, like, nah, like if one of them rises up, they all gonna rise
right.
up. He was acknowledging, look, they outnumber us.
Right.
Yeah, like one of us may be bigger than one of them, but if they all come together and have one mind, one body, they're gonna overthrow us. And he's like telling them that he's like, oh, they're trying to like, I forgot his name, the main character. He was the only one that was like stepping up to him.
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, what about him for?
Right.
He's like, I don't think you like
you got to get rid of him.
You got to get rid of him because now that mindset, it's kind of like it's like that saying like misery loves company.
Yes.
Well, guess what? Righteousness loves company too.
Right.
So if there's one righteous brother, that spirit might rub off on somebody else.
And another brother going.
Another brother. And now you only have one righteous ant. Now you got 10,000 righteous ants.
Right.
All standing behind them, ready to F you up because now they realize, hold on. I don't gotta listen to you.
Right.
Like, nah, we stronger together. And now you're no longer in power. You got like, look, ants work together in real life.
The scriptures say, pay attention to ants.
Pay attention. Exactly. Pay attention.
And the fact that the ant is smarter than you is crazy.
Ant, I'll tell you this much. The ant know how to work.
He know how to work
together.
They know, hey, this ant is for this. Even when you watch the Bugs Life, some ants gonna be soldier ants.
Yeah.
Some ants gonna be workers. Some ants gonna be queen. Some ants gonna give birth.
Yep.
They have structure. They're like, I cannot do what another brother did. And this is why we talk about other brothers with skills. There's a skill that you may have that can win a brother over that I don't have. I don't have the experience in life that you have. What you are good for is for this. You can get these type of brothers. I can't get every type of brother. I'm not, because I won't even understand half the stuff he's talking about. Because I'm not from that. That's your job. Well, these ants understand it, and here's what's I don't want to do this. This is why I hate fake Israelite groups. You are that.
Yeah.
You are that thing that does not make it come together because you just refuse to come in here. You refuse to just follow orders so we all can be strong together. Why is there 50 different doctrines? This is what makes it watered down and turns it into Christianity. There are 50 different doctrines in Christianity. There are 50 different belief systems in Christianity. There are 100 different dominions of Christianity, and they all were started by white men. Why the hell would you go do the same thing they do? Why would you just, you know what, I wouldn't even know I was just like for one for the school. You would not know. Every road leads back to 1 West. Mm-hmm. Every road leads back to 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I don't give a damn who the hell you learned from. Let me tell you something. The only qualification that person has is that person told you I was in the original 1 West. That's all they got. Where they at now? If you come into school, you outrank any nigga who ever was in the school from old years and left. He dropped the sword. He dropped it. He's not here anymore. You fake Israelites do not understand. Do we have to turn on a Bug's Life for you to understand what happened in the book?
Hey, look, y'all think it's a kid's movie, and it is, but like,
it's a real movie.
Find that scene, but that scene, because you watch it as a kid, you're like, oh, it's a movie. I got older, I'm like, oh, he was low key spitting. Like, but it's real though.
And the most unorthodox person, God ain't choosing. He didn't choose David because David was the strongest.
No, he was a shepherd, and he was like, even Jacob, like, think about it. Esau was described as what? He was a hunter. He was in the field, like, he was, you think, right. Yeah, you think that Jacob was chilling. Like, he did his chores. He was kind of chilling. He was low key, like, I don't say he was a mama's boy. I don't say that, but like his mother favored him.
Right.
So like you would think Esau, right? He should be the one in charge. He's the oldest. He's the oldest. He's strong. He can hunt. And usually the inheritance goes to the older one, right? You would be surprised who it is. Like, you think don't think carnally. This is why, like, the Most High is the Most High. We think carnally. We think you big and strong.
Right.
You should be in charge. That brother could be an idiot, Salakia. But then you got somebody, brother might be, I don't know, might be short, might be a little on the slimmer side, but his way his mind works,
Wait, come on.
he's like miles ahead of you. And the Lord might look and be like, no, he going.
That's literally how David was chosen.
Come on.
David's father brought out the other sons.
Right.
And who was Saul? Not Saul, was Samuel. Samuel was like, nah, you got another one. Where he at? He brought out his sons that were strong, that been to war. You tough, probably 6'5", dark, black as hell, just look rough, cuts and bruises. He was like, nah, you got another one. It ain't none of these dudes. Where the other one at? He was like, the other one? Yeah, the other one. Well, he's just out there in the field messing with the sheep. Give me him.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, that's shepherd. Bring him here. Yeah, this the next king of Israel. Yep. The one you will overlook your own son, not even understanding the qualities and purpose that he has. You'll overlook a brother in school like I don't know, man. That brother might be the best one of all of us. That's why you prophesying to the wind. You be walking up, you could be prophesying on the street. You think it's gonna be this brother, man? It's his cousin. It's his cousin who just did time and come out and like, I'm better than all y'all, and that's it. And if I may, the sister brought out. Nasty Nate said that in the interview after getting stoned in Kenya, which did just happen. Them brothers was getting stoned in Africa. If you don't believe it, there's video footage, and I have it on my Facebook profile. So he said he was taught by the 7 heads. That's crazy. Why do you bring up the 7 heads? You don't do anything the 7 heads tell you to do.
But we'll still acknowledge them.
What are we talking? You're not in the school. The 7 heads weren't wearing purple and putting fringes on their shirt. What are we talking about? They did not throw away the Hebrew. What are we talking about? They were not sending members in the congregation penises of their picture. They were not doing that. This is known facts is what you do. They did not go to Africa looking for somebody named General Butt Naked.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
That's not a joke.
What are we talking about? I shouldn't have to acknowledge this dude, but we have to because you know how you're an enemy. You're an enemy. Keep reading because we definitely we have time.
Verse 23.
Go ahead.
If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all this people shall also go to their place in peace.
Come on.
24. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. Verse 25. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, and rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Verse 26, and they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves.
If I could, real quick, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. You brought it out, actually. Every matter does not need to be brought to a general.
Right.
Some matters are for an officer of 1,000 to handle.
Right.
You know, you bring it up to that brother, and it just stays right there. Like you don't need to bring everything to them behind. Sometimes it can be it can just be settled in-house. Hey, this brother got a problem with this, or this brother was offended by that, whatever. I got a little minor counsel. You know, might need to be brought up to cap real quick. All right, cool. Everything got hashed out. We're straight. Let's keep pushing. But again, delegating. General Muhammad can't deal with everybody's problems. Right. Man, hey, look, he got a life too.
Bro.
He got ribs. He got kids. You know, he got things he got to do too. Maybe he want to sit down and have a drink and I don't know, watch some TV or something. Now you over here blowing up his phone all the damn time. I'm not saying don't ever talk to him. Right. I'm not saying that. But understand that if it needs, just pick and choose your battles.
Have some compassion for that man.
Yeah. Like, think about it. Like, I'm not about to call General Muhammad at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Slack you, sir. This brother offended me.
That's crazy.
Oh, shut the hell up. Like,
that is so that's that's disrespectful. That's dishonorable.
Don't do that, man.
That's crazy.
First of all, bring it up to that brother, him and him alone.
Right.
Hash that out with him first.
There's so many steps
that it takes to get to
that point. That man is calling him like, what is us calling you? I'm like, nah, can't go home with you.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
For what?
Yeah, like you said, have some compassion. Because think about it. Do you want to be called at 3 o'clock in the morning and it'd be like, I know me personally. If you call me at 3 o'clock in the
It
morning,
better be.
I'm thinking like, yo, your house on fire.
We talked about it.
Like
you. Somebody called you one time. You was like, "What the? You just couldn't wait."
It's like, look, I'm thinking like, oh, this brother died. Like, or he's stranded somewhere. Like, it got to be something. If you call me and it's like something that easily could have been hashed out. Look, I'm gonna be brotherly. I'm gonna speak to you, but
I'm mad.
I might tell you like, hey,
I might call you the next day. We're like, this situation handled. Cool. Hey, look, don't ever.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
like unless it's really that.
Right.
If it's that, I'm gonna get up. Let's hash out what we got to hash out. Don't do that though. Have some compassion for your actions. Like that's all I got.
That's great. Keep going.
Yeah.
27. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land.
Okay, that's it.
19, 1 through 7. We're gonna do the Hebrew. The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 1 through 7. Bahadash Hasalai Yeshaya Latazaat Banyub Yasha'ala Maratazah Matazarayim Bayawam Hazayah Hazah Ba'awam Madabar Sayanya, verse 2. Waya Sayaiwa Mara Paya Dayam Wa Ba'awa Madabar Sayanya Waya Kanwa Bama Dabar Waya Kan Shema Yasha'ala Nagad Hahar, verse 3. Wamashah Allah all Ha'alahim Waya Kwara'a all Yawa Yahweh Manah Hahar Lamar Kaha Ka Ta'amar Labayath Yaiquab Wata Guy Daya Salaki Wata Gayat Labunya Yashala, verse 4. Atham Ra'ai Yatham Ashar Aisha Yatyum Lama Tazarium Wa'asha'a Athakam Al Kanapaya Nasharayum Waba'a Athakam Al Ya, verse 5. Wa'atha Amma Shamu Tasha my Iowa Bakwalya Washa Martham Av Bari Yatyum Waha Yatham Laya Sagal Makal Hai Mayum Kaya Laya Kal Ha Ratazah, verse 6. Watham Taha Yawab Laya Mama Lakaf Kaha Nayum Wagal Wab Quadawash Allah Hada Baryum Ashar Tada Bar Al Banya Yasha'ala, verse 7, last verse. Waya Ba'a Mashab Waya Kwara'a Laza Kwanya Ha'aim Waya Sham Lapunyahum Ath Kal Hada Baryum Ha'ala'a Ashar Taza Hawa Yahweh. Book of Exodus chapter 19, verse 1 through 7. Baba Kashah.
In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were going forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai.
Mm-hmm.
For they were departed from Rephidim.
I guess.
Oh yeah, Rephidim. Yeah, you got it.
And were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus thou shalt say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. Verse 4, ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself.
You get that? Man, say I brought you on eagle's wings. You was going through it. Look what I did to the Egyptians. Look what I did for you. Look how I carried you out of there. The Lord carried your behind out of there, and you disrespect the Lord. He carried your behind out of Egypt, and you complaining. He carried your behind out of captivity, out of oppression, and you complain. Don't worry. Those people will get dealt with. They got dealt with in the wilderness. They got dealt with it so bad that none of them got to make it to the promised land. Question is that's going to happen to you. Keep reading.
Verse
5.
5. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
How will we be a peculiar treasure unto the Lord above all people? Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, that's the only way you can be special. Right? Do you want to be special, or do you want to be a follower? Do you want to do what everybody else do, or do you want to be a follower? I mean, or do you want to be special? Do you want to be peculiar? Do you want to be nigh unto the Lord? Do you want the Lord to look at you in favor, or do you want to be like everybody else?
If I could,
yes,
quick,
sir.
Right. This is like there's a lot of verses you can go off of, but right here, right, it says, "Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant." Too many of y'all in the world. It's funny. I remember it's my rib. She was watching something on TikTok, and it was a Benjamite sister, and you know she ain't in the truth, but
no.
She does know that she's one of God's chosen people, and she's talking about being an Israelite and all this stuff. And I remember me and her, like, we looked at each other and was like, okay, well, you gonna keep the man stuff? It's one of them things like, okay, yes, you're an Israelite. Congratulations, you're the tribe of whatever.
Right.
All right, cool. Now what? Yeah, we supposed to be a special people, but what are you doing to be a special people? Being an Israelite is not good enough.
Right.
You got one foot in the door. It's like you're like, this is the club, you outside the club.
Right.
Like, okay, you got the invitation. Are you gonna come in? Are you gonna come in? Because if you're just outside the club, then it's like, all right, well, whatever. Like, you're not here. Like, that don't mean nothing. Guess what? Israelites kill Christ. Literally. You understand that, right? So just because you were Israelite, that don't mean that you're a good person. There's plenty of examples of evil, wicked Israelites in the Bible. But then you got righteous ones as well. So you choose, hey, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be Saul? Do you want to be the brother that ended up selling Christ for what is it, like 50 shekels or something like that? 30 something, whatever it
wasn't enough.
Yeah, and then later regretted it and then hung himself.
What are we talking about?
Like, do you want to be that? Yeah, Judas. I don't forgot his name.
Good, because he don't matter.
Because exactly, like, he don't matter. Or do you want to be like? Do you want to be like Christ?
Right.
Do you want to be like Moses when he was being righteous? Do you want to be like Joseph? Do you want to be like David?
What about Noah?
Come on, man.
Oh, perfect, man.
Perfect.
Everybody on the planet was unalive. He said, I'm going to say this man and his family.
Come on, man.
Him and 7 other folks. I'm going to count the same amount of people that's on earth today was the same amount of people on earth when Moses was walking, or when Noah was walking. He killed them all. Unalive them all. What are we talking about?
The only reason they were saved was because of Noah.
What are we talking about?
When Lot, think about Lot. Hey, look, Lot was saved, but then guess what? Well, it was supposed to be his wife and his daughters, but guess what? His wife wanted to look back at Sodom and Gomorrah and got caught up in the blast and turned to stone. But guess what? Other people were supposed to be saved because of acts of another righteous person. So you say you love your people, okay? Well, be righteous for them then.
Right.
You know your friends are evil and wicked as hell. I still know people that's in the world, like, you know, they Israel, but I know they ain't in the truth. Mm-hmm. We still cool though.
Right.
And all I do is, like, you know, I pray that they get it together.
Right.
You know, it's share something with y'all. It was a brother that I was in the Navy with. I'm not gonna get all into it, but he hit me up out of nowhere. I haven't spoke to him in a while. Hit me up out of nowhere, and he said, I'm getting married, but I'm getting married to one of the 12 tribes. I remember all the things you used to tell me.
Yeah. And
I ain't gonna put his business out there, but I'll just say there was a time that he was not interested in women who are of the 12 tribes.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. But then it's like, yeah, you're not in the truth. I pray one day you might be. But just that alone, it's like, okay, at least you did that.
Give me something.
At least you did that. Now, at least I know, like, okay, you didn't get with that. I've been trying to look. Was it speaking to the wind?
Right.
Paraphrasing.
What?
You might not think that what you're saying is important. And I've been telling this brother stuff for years. This is back in like 2020. It's 5 years ago. Now, 5 years later, hits me up. He's like, I remember everything you told me.
That's great.
I'm like, damn.
Don't. Come on, man.
But that's a beautiful thing, though. Like, you would want that for your people. So if you care about your people, be righteous for them. Brother and sister might have a weak spirit. They might not be cut from the same cloth as you, but you are.
Right.
So be better for them.
They might hate you. They might hate you. They may. Okay, you gotta understand. Someone can look at what you do and think the commandments of the Lord is a restraint on their life. That you're like, I don't eat pork because the Lord told me not to eat pork. To them, that is the most craziest thing ever. To the point because they grew up thinking they can do whatever they want to do, or they can do whatever they think they want to do, and not suffer any consequences. Well, you have to still be stern in it. You have to still be firm in it. I'm gonna let you know, hey, look, yeah, we can go out, we can hang out together. I'm not gonna break the law. If you want to go eat that shrimp pasta, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's on you.
I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna ask me why I don't eat shrimp because God told me not to. You're gonna ask me why I don't eat pork because God told me not to. Eventually, here's what's gonna happen. You're either gonna take heed to what I say, or you're not gonna like it. That's it. That's it. We're gonna fall apart, and you're gonna do whatever the hell you do, or you're gonna come follow me. Which one is it? But I'm guaranteed I'm not following you. I'm not listening to your ass. I don't care about hanging out with you that much to the point where I'm gonna disrespect God.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry. We can hang out. We still cool. I'm not gonna sin. Hey man, you want to go have sex with your tonight? That's cool. Go do it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do it righteously and properly. I'm gonna find out if this woman is worth my time. But if you want to go pop out and go do what you got to do, go do it. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And what tends to happen? They know I'm different and they leave me. That's okay. I'm still right here. A warrior still right here. Nazareth still right here. Coming out still right here. Well, I'm about still. The scriptures tell you, man. Once you come to serve me, I'm gonna give you 10 times more than anything you ever had. 100-fold. And we've seen it. But man, this brother, we used to talk. I brought this up Thursday. I was like, man, this brother, we was talking a couple years ago about not having no woman. We both was no woman. No woman. We laugh about it.
I can laugh about it now, but that's real though. And
now look at us.
Lord allowed we ribs now
healthy children. Like that is. You can't make that up, man.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I might have lost some brothers in the world. I gained. Come on, man.
Look what you gained.
Yeah, I might have lost a father, got more. I might have lost a mother, got more. You know what I'm saying? I lost some women. I got one better than all of them combined. Yeah, that's what the school do for you. That's what One West do for you. That's what the truth do for you. They don't worry about some bitch I used to talk to. Hell no. I got something better than you, baby. Ain't never going nowhere. Yeah, this is One West. Anyway, hey, keep reading. Like it.
We'll start from the top again.
Come on.
Verse 5. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine.
Come on.
Verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests in the holy nation. These are the words which I shall speak unto the children of Israel.
Unto the children of you?
Of Israel.
Unto the children of who?
Of Israel.
Man, the whole world is not a kingdom of priests. Whole world is not a kingdom of priests in a holy nation. Every nation, look, he's letting you know there's a split, there's a divide amongst the people and you. You're gonna be a kingdom of priests, and you're gonna be a holy nation. No one else will be. No one else. We can read this out throughout the Bible. Once you hear this, and this is why the Bible is so important. Now you say, "Oh, I am a priest. Oh, I am of a holy nation. I am of a realness is crazy. Yes, realness. No,
hey, no, but it is crazy.
It had no real.
Hey, look, hey, we're gonna keep it above. Yeah, it is crazy. Like it's we can laugh about it now,
right? We have a real,
but like
bro.
Look, for any brother out there, I think this is more like a man thing.
Right,
When you a brother, you ain't got no red,
right.
none. And then you come into the truth. Of course, it's like, okay, you understand that sex is marriage. So now you really like, all right,
You really ain't got no.
like there is, like you ain't in the world. There is no like dipping and dabbling. It's like, no, if you sleep with that woman, you stay with that woman. Now you really like, damn. Sister might try to holler at you, and you're like, okay, and then you start peeping some stuff. Like,
Nah, I'm good.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You just sitting here, just
Right.
and then all of a sudden, boom.
It trust in the Lord. You have to really trust. You have to really say, I believe the Lord gonna give me the things that He know I need. And brother, He know you need a woman. We know you need a woman.
Yeah.
Everybody know. Hey, a brother needs a woman,
They helped me for a reason. The Lord, think about it. The Lord knew your ass didn't need to be alone.
bro. He know it.
So yeah, I created man, but like,
You gotta have somebody.
You need some help. Like, hey, now we got a woman. Hey, get with him. Now you can have children. And now I guess like women and men are different for a
Right.
reason. Like the thing, how men think and how women think is made for a reason.
That's why you fight.
Yeah, because it's a clash, but it's normal though.
Right.
It should never escalate to something else. But for what it's worth, the Lord recognized, like, look, men, y'all are like this.
Right.
Yeah, y'all warriors. Yeah, like y'all can have authority over stuff. Y'all rule over this. Something missing though. You need help.
I gotta get you somebody.
So let me get you a righteous woman though.
A woman.
Yeah, yeah, because that's a whole nother breakdown.
A woman with a vagina and not a strap on.
Hold on. It's like it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like it. But you get the point.
Yeah.
It's like, but the whole point is like, yes, you need help. Moses needed help.
And what did he get?
He
got help.
And that's another thing. The Lord gave him help.
Right.
You see that? Like the Lord didn't leave him alone. You don't think the Lord didn't send his father-in-law over there to go talk to him to give him a counsel? Because he knows Moses. Think about the Lord. I'm paraphrasing. The Lord knew you before you was even in the womb.
Right.
Because you was here before. That's a whole nother breakdown. But he knows how Moses was. He knows, like, okay, this brother, yeah, he's righteous, but Loki kind of stuck.
Right.
He gonna try to deal with everything himself. You know what? I'm gonna put this spirit on his father.
Come on.
He gonna come over.
Bada boom, bada bang.
And that happens. Now look, now you got men under you. Now they can deal. It says it right there. I believe, what was it? Verse 22. It said that now they're, I'm paraphrasing. Easier for thyself, easier for him,
Right.
and they shall bear the burden with thee.
What are we talking
Now
about?
you can share. Now all the pressure's on Moses. It's like, okay, I got officer over here. He reports to me. Okay, he got this. Captain he over here. Okay, he's over them. All right, cool.
That's how this works.
Easy, man.
A brother's over his own. A brother comes up in his own that got no people. He builds up their zone. Next thing you know, he got 2-3 brothers with him, righteous brothers with him, loyal brothers with him. Next thing you know, it's 15 of them in that zone. Commander General ain't got to worry about it. General Mahim ain't got to worry about what's going on over there because he know the man in charge over there is worthy of being in charge over there.
Yep.
That's what's good. That's what goes. This man deserves a wife. He deserves a family. Why? Because I know he'll be able to take care of him. That's it. That's it. This brother deserves this zone. This brother deserves this responsibility. This brother deserves officership because he can take care of it. He can handle it. I'm not too much even worried about it. He don't need a little guidance along the way, but I'm gonna help him out. Keep reading.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all the words which the Lord commanded him.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, 7. Do you already say?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. Where am I? 19:8. All right, this is the book. We're gonna do it in Hebrew. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 8 through 14. No, 15. I think 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was right. 1 minute. Verse 8. All right, I got it. Anya call Hayam Yakadawa. Why Amarwa call Ashar the bar Yahweh Nayashub Nayashab Mashah Ath the bar Hayim Al Yahweh verse 9. Why Amar Yahweh Al Mashah Hana Anakayub Ka'a Alayak Ba'aba Ha'anya Ba'abawar Yashama'ai Hayam Bada Baraya Amak Wagum Bun Yasha it's like it Ya Mayan Wub La Awalam why you God Mashah Af the Barya Ha'aim Al Yahweh verse 10 why Yomar Yahweh Al Mashah Lakah Al Ha'aim Wakwadash Shatam Hayawam Wama Kum Waka Basawab Shama Latham Wahayawa Nakan Yama Layawam Hasha La Wayashya Kaya Bayawam Hasha La Shaya Yorab Yarada Yahweh La Ayanya Kal Ha'aim Al Hara Sanaya Waha Ga Balath Ath Ayaim Sabaya Lamar Hasha Maraya Lakam Alawath Bahar Wana Ga'ai Bama Tazahawam Okal Hana Ga'ai Bahar Mawath Yawamath verse 13 La'a Saga'ai Bawa Yada Kaya Sapa Sakwawal Yasa Kwa'al Aiwa Yara Yara'a Ama Bahama Ama Ayash La'a Yahaya Bamasham Bamashak Salakia Hayabal Hama Ya'ilawab Bahar verse 14 last verse Why Rada Masha Mana Hahar Al Ha'aim Waya Quadash Ath Ha'aim Waya Ka Basawa Shamala Thumb. All right. Verse 8 to 14, Bible shot.
Verse 8, and all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do.
Look at that.
Moses.
Stop. We just be lying. That's all we should be lying. We sat here and told them multiple occasions. We told the man in charge, we told the man in order who has authority, man, we're gonna do what the Lord tells us to do. Mm-hmm. And we might do it for a week. Then we just fall back into our old ways. That's why this has to stop. We have to stop doing it. You have to say, I'm gonna discipline myself to not fall into the snares and traps that I'm used to putting myself into. I'm tired. Ain't you tired of taking one step forward and two steps back to end up in the same place you was in? That's literally, if you actually do that, that's literally what's going on. One step forward, boom. Two steps back, boom, boom. Now you're back again. You're back into captivity again. You're back into oppression again. You're back into slavery again. Why? Because you refuse to do what the Lord tells you to do. We sat there and we agreed. We all looked at Moses, the one man in charge, and said, we're going to do what the Lord is telling you to tell us to do. We're going to do it. And then we never do it.
Every time.
That's tired.
If I could real quick, you know what that's also called? That's called insanity.
Right.
Insanity is when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you're somehow hoping for a different result. Every time. Crazy. That's a mental illness.
Right. Yes.
I really want to harp on that. Really think about it. Just like today, there are people, our people, who want to take us up out of captivity, who want to show us the right way to do things. Some people follow, but then there's a lot of people who will sit there and be like, "No, I'm good. I'm cool with paying for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and it's overpriced. I'm cool with destroying my liver. I'm cool with getting high. I'm cool with being on drugs. I'm cool with having sex with a whole bunch of women, but then at the same time, you know they got something. Now you got something." I remember it was a brother. Oh my gosh, it was a brother. This is like a long time ago. We was talking about something, and he said, like, if you ain't catch the burn, that's how you know you ain't out here.
That's crazy.
And I remember we all looked at him. He was dead serious.
So proud of it.
So proud. He was a young dude. I remember we all looked at him. We was like, "Yeah, you got to get your own cup, bro. Like, what are you talking about? If you don't catch the burn, you ain't really out here. I don't want to be out here then. But if you taking pride in having a sexual disease, like, that's insane. You are that overcome with the spirit of lust. You're so prideful in it that it's like, you know what? Yeah, I done caught something, but hey, at least I know I'm out here though. At least I know I get hoes."
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I got family members that they really do all that stuff the rappers talk about. They do it. And one of them was like, "Yeah, you ain't really in these streets. You ain't been to prison yet." And said it so proud. And like, it's not a stripe. It's not a stripe. It's easy to go. It's easy to do a crime and go to prison. You know how easy that is? It's hard not to go. It's hard. It's hard to go to prison, get out, and go back in. I mean, it's easy to go to prison, get out, and go back in. That's easy. It's hard to, once you get out, stay out. The odds are against you.
No, for real.
They want you to go back in. You got to find a way how not to go back in.
Right.
So don't do the same thing you did to get yourself.
Yeah, that's honorable.
That is.
It's like you went through what you went through, and it's like, okay, you know what? I ain't going through that again. But then sadly, there are other brothers and sisters. They don't learn. They'll keep going back. And then like wear it as a badge of honor. Like same thing with like, I don't know how this became cool. It's like now it's like a badge of honor to be a single mother.
That is crazy to me.
Like, but there was a time where we were like complaining, like, "Oh yeah, no, we need fathers in the household." Now it's, I can do it all by myself. I'm the mother and the father, and you be stressed the hell out.
You're gonna die.
Like, yeah, oh yeah, no, like I'm not even saying that to be rude.
Right.
Like, no, for real. If you a sister and you take pride in being a single mother to the point that like you don't want no man in your life. Sister, you are going to live a miserable life. You're going to be stressed the hell out. And odds are you're probably going to pass early.
Right.
And I'm not saying that, we're not saying that to be mean. We keeping it real with you. That's stressful. Now that like, hey, look, now that we got kids now, and I see
that's crazy.
What, like, I know you know too, like we see what our ribs go through.
Bro.
And I really like sad. And I thought to myself, like, damn, I couldn't imagine you going through this by yourself. Like it made me sad. I'm like, damn. Like there are actually like there's sisters out there who go through that by themselves. And like I don't know what the reason. Like everybody got different reasons and stuff. But then I'm like, I don't want that for you. I don't want that for any of you. So don't wear it as a badge of honor. Like you have to do it all by myself. No, you can't. The Lord never wanted that for you. He wants you to have a man there so that he can also help you. You to help me, but even to help me need help.
Right.
Like,
we're a team.
Yeah, like you can't do it all by yourself. Moses couldn't do it all by himself. Christ had 12 disciples. One of them was a traitor, but you know what I mean, though. Like
Christ didn't do it by himself. The greatest person of all time.
Perfect.
Literally the greatest person of all time. He had help.
That's crazy.
And if I may, but and this is a great point, and you're gonna harp on the point with this. Young man Dominic said brothers get institutionalized, if I may.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a mental disorder. Being institutionalized is a mental disorder. They play it on your psyche so much to the point where you do better in a locked up and caged environment around violent offenders more than you could do on the street where you're free. I had a cousin, Rap Sheet, man. That man, I promise that man, Rap Sheet, he got 40 charges, bro. Hey, I'm not capping 40, and they just keep letting them go. But the man do better in prison, in jail, than he does on the street. Because there's I mean, any drug you can get on the street, you can get in prison, but it's a little bit harder. Probably. It costs a little bit more pricier. But this man getting 3 hots in the cot. This man know he's involved in. He has a routine.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's a routine.
Once you get on the street, now you have a routine. Now, really, it's just a lack of discipline. But that's why you come to One West.
You know what that also shows? That shows that you need to be governed. You need a shepherd.
And that's okay.
But in the world, your shepherd is the prison system.
Right.
Because you're right. Like, I remember, because you've been in Esau's military, you know. Yeah. I remember, like, when we went out to sea, and me and my homeboys was talking about it, and we would always talk about, like, getting out of the military, but, like, the way we would talk about it's kind of like getting out of prison. Like, oh, he free. He finally got out. Yeah. Like, I was actually talking to my homeboy, he a chief in the Navy now. I was like, when you gonna get out? He's like, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm almost at 15 years. Like, I need to get out of here. I'm like, hey, man, like, you're gonna be good. But it's like, you talk to him as if he's getting out of prison. That's but we crazy. All do that, though. But when you really think about it, in the military, what they tell you? They tell you when to wake up, when to go to sleep, routine, what to wear, what you gonna eat, what time you gonna eat. Like, they tell you, like, you don't gotta think. Right. You just gotta be a robot and just do whatever the hell they tell you to do. It's very similar, which is funny because I remember we was out to sea. We had I don't want to break it all down, but long story short, we have like it's like curtains, but we have it like for like our beds or whatever. Guess where we get them from? What? Prison.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Yeah. We used to put on we had 550 cord and we call it the spank bank. Leave it at that. We had 550 cord and you put your sheets over the brothers in prison do that. Yeah. And that's where we get it from. We put it over because we on bunks. I'm in a bunk bed and I don't want you trying to get some type of privacy there in this small confounded area or whatnot. And you're just like, damn, I just gotta. It's like a false sense of privacy. Yeah. I know. Let me just slide this little sheet over here. It's like when a brother using the bathroom, he'll put the sheet over the thing so nobody can see him. Or it's just a false sense of privacy. Indoctrination and being institutionalized runs rampant amongst our people. Yeah.
Because we sheep. We are sheep. Like literally, we are sheep. And if we are not going to be governed by the Most High, guess what? Somebody else is going to govern us, and that's Esau. You know, and if I could, please don't so warrior. I know you said, you were that brother that was, you were that brother that was institutionalized.
But yeah,
like I know y'all can't see him, but this is a perfect example of a brother like he been through what he been through,
right?
But now he here and like he knows like he won't be that. You know, but sadly, there are other brothers in the world, they're going to go back.
Right.
Because that's what it's like you're used to it. Same way we were used to being in captivity during Egypt because we were the sheep. We still are the sheep.
Brothers was fighting Moses saying, take our behind back over here to be enslaved and pick up this straw. Come on, what we talking about? You know how hard it is to build a nation?
It really is hard. Think about it. All these other nations, they went to war. Like, not to get too off topic, we got to get back to it in a second. But all these other nations, every nation, Slovakia, every single nation on the face of the planet has fought for where they're at now.
Right.
Some won, some lost. Slovakia, we've been on the losing end for quite some time. But the reason why they have what they have is because they fought for it. Like, think about it. Like Japan is like that small island. You know, Japan was bigger than that at one point. They were like conquering like parts of Asia. But guess what? They fought back.
Right.
And now they got their land back from the Japanese. So now the Japanese, they got to settle for what they have now. Everybody fought for what they had. You don't think you're any different?
Right.
You got to fight. Like, you can't sit here and then believe in the white man and be like, okay, like, yeah, we're good now. Like, it's going to be given to me.
Right.
Think about it. The land of Canaan was the land turned into the land of Israel.
Right.
Why? Because we had to fight for it. And the thing is, that was promised to us, and the Lord didn't just be like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all this land real quick. No,
right.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to earn your right to have this land. Go fight for it.
Go fight for it. And if you fight, I'm gonna give you what you need to win. Yeah. Why do you? The Lord will watch over you. The Lord will bless you. The Lord will put you on eagle's wings. He will put you underneath his shadow. He's trying to help you. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. That's the Lord. But the only way that happens is if, go back to verse 5, Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. There's only one way you get power and authority. There's only one way you get rulership. There's only one way you can run trade from Africa to Sweden. There's only one way you can run trade from Russia to South Africa. There's only one way you can do that. That's by trusting in the Lord. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to have a trade route and say anything that comes back and forth through this canal is mine, and I'm taxing everything come through here. That's what I do it for. So one day I ain't gotta go to work no 9 to 5 just to barely survive. I don't have to. I'm not gonna be able to have to do that. Why? Because I ain't gotta work at all. Because everything I'm taxing everybody. You're gonna bring tribute to it. You're gonna pay tribute to Israel by the end of the day. So like it. But keep reading, Warrior. Where we at?
Verse 8.
Yeah.
And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that thy people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people unto Mount Sinai. Verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round and about, saying, take heed to yourselves that you go not up unto the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. Verse 13. There shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come unto the mount. Verse 14. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes.
For time's sake, just gonna keep reading English, and we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna end at Exodus 20:4. But let's go.
Verse 15. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. Verse 16. And he came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightning and thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
This is another. I want to see God. No, you don't. We saw the magnitude of the Lord that day, and we trembled. We said, "Hey, nah, Moses, we're gonna get into it. Moses, you deal with him. I don't even want to. You don't want it. You don't want what you think you want. You fake Israelite groups, you don't want what you think you want. This power you think you want, you don't really want it. You don't want the burden of having no smut on your name. You don't want that burden. I don't want the burden of having no smut on my name. Of perfection, which is what I'm trying to become. I don't want that right now. I can't handle that right now. I understand me. I understand my place. Here's what's going on. You fake Israelites and you leaders of these fake Israelite groups, there's smut on your name. There's no smut on One West. There's none. You can make something up. You can create a lie. You can tell a lie. You can hear something and have no proof of what you're talking about and say it just to try to make it something. There's no smut on One West. There's none. And you won't find none. But here's the problem. You got smut on your name. It's on the internet, and we all know it. It's in your text messages. We all know it. And now you're hard, and now you're tough. And you're coming over here talking crazy, and you got it's smut on your name. How can I take you serious when there's too much smut on your name? And the smut that you have is not even regular smut. It's not like, oh, you got beat up.
Yeah, it's like some wild.
You got beat up.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But nah, for real, like, you really got to think about it. We supposed to, like, all these fake Israelite groups out here, like, y'all really think, I'm putting it to you like this. If you are in a fake Israelite group and you clearly see what your leaders are doing, and you still choose to be in there, what does that say about you? you really don't want it. You really don't. Like, you're worse because now you, like, he's committing the act, but you following him. Like, you think I'm gonna follow a brother that I know, like it's different than a rumor. Like, if I find out you out here,
I know this is what you like doing.
like you get that, and I'm just like, that's my leader. The hell? Nah, I'm not rocking with you. Cause guess like I don't, we call it smut on your name. I don't want no smut on my name because now it's like, oh, this is what you follow?
That's crazy.
What did I say about you? What do you do?
What do you do?
Nah, it couldn't be me. Could be me. But it shows that you don't really want it. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable with that, Christ come back today, right? And he sees what you're doing. You think that he's going to allow for that?
Come on.
You really think, like, it's the same man that was beating up people for committing sins. Like, he did that.
Literally.
Like, you gotta think, there was a time where whores got stoned to death. You commit adultery, like, it ain't like how it is now. Now you can make money off this stuff.
Right.
Back then, they found out, oh, you slept with such and such's wife, stone him. Matter of fact, the husband cast the first stone. Like, oh,
hey,
like,
hey,
you don't want that. You really don't. I don't know why you're here, but you're a distraction.
Right.
That's what you. Isupk and Commander General Yohana is not a distraction. Y'all can make up all the rumors. I remember it was one dude, I forgot what fake Israelite group that he was in, but he ended up hitting me up. I remember he took a video of me talking about the Isupk, and then I confronted him. It was actually a brother in the school. He actually hit me up to tell me, this is like early, like 2021. Yeah. And I ended up finding the dude. I confronted him. His answer was, oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the Isupk. And I'm like, well, I am in the Isupk.
I am Isupk.
So, yeah, you talk about me, you talk about them. Talk about them, talk about me. It's simple as that. I remember he got so mad because we going back and forth in his whole thing, of course. You gotta learn who you're arguing with. He believes in sleeping with heathens and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, that's you just like having sex with white women. That's what it is. But then he ends up hitting me up, like harassing me, because he saw a clip of General Muhammad. He was making a joke. I forgot what it was because it's really irrelevant. And he just kept, oh, this is who you follow. Look, he's talking about this. I'm like, you know, he's joking, right?
They don't know.
Like, I think it was like something about like he's trying to be, oh, like, look, y'all condone beating women. It's like, no, that's not. We actually speak out of it. Like, you end up beating your woman, you go on the council. Like, you go on the council. Like, oh, you out here beating up women? Oh, okay, no sweat.
You should lose that one.
Yeah, no sweat. You're a young man now. Because clearly you don't have it in you to have authority because you can't even have proper authority over your house. But that's righteous, though. Don't be doing that stuff. You shouldn't be fighting anyway. Talk it out.
Right.
But my point being is, you try to take a joke and create a rumor. And I'm like, damn, that's all you have?
They said Commander General stole, I think, $30,000-$40,000 from General Muhammad. How could you be so loyal to a man who stole $40,000?
Have you seen General Muhammad? You don't, like, if somebody wrong him like that, you think he's gonna sit there and be like, it's all good.
You crazy. You crazy. And it's like the things you come up with,
come on, man.
You capping. You and it's like you know what? And here's the point. Brother said, y'all the one told us the bed was on fire. So one, you listen to us in one sense, but then twist it to the bro.
That heard that and thought, I'm not even gonna repeat it.
You can just get smut on you.
Yeah, you can get that.
Come on, man. What we talking about?
That. That's what you thought of?
This is what we got to deal with.
Okay.
This is why we don't deal with any other group. Man, come on, boy.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. And they stood at the nether part of the mount.
Mm-hmm.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly. Verse 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by a voice. Verse 20. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount. And Moses went up. Verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. Verse 22. And let the priests also which come near the Lord sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. Verse 23, and Moses said unto the Lord, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thy charges us, saying, set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thy and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. Verse 25. So Moses went down unto the people and spoke unto them.
Okay, so just real quick, the Lord is giving both Moses and Aaron instructions. Like, okay, they are not allowed to do this. To just give you the simple, you break it down simply. He's given them a certain set of instructions to follow.
Right.
Everything that you are told is told to you a certain way for a reason. There's a reason why the Lord is telling them to do this a specific way. Now, with that being said, this is for everybody.
Right.
Whatever instructions that you are given, do that.
Do that.
Like something as simple as, going back to what I brought up earlier about Lot's wife, something as simple as do not look back. That's it. Don't look back. What did she do? She looked back. And I bring up the same analogy all the time. If there's a burning building, your apartment, your house, whatever, it's on fire, and you have to get your family up out of there, are you going to be that idiot to run back and be, oh, I forgot my PS5?
That's crazy.
Like the firefighter is in there like, come on, getting you, your family, your rib, your kids, everybody out.
Get this game.
And it's like, oh, I need this. I don't know about you. If I'm in a burning building, I'm trying to get me and my family. I'm not trying to linger. If the firefighter is grabbing us, like, come on, I think I'm about to not listen to him. I'm trying to save my life. Like, hey, let's get up out of there. Don't be that idiot to not follow instructions. Because guess what? And I'm saying idiot for a reason, because you can see all throughout the Bible, there's been plenty of times we did not follow instructions. Right. What did the Lord say? Follow all my laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And you will be a peculiar people, like a treasure, right? What do? We want to do everything else. The world fell into sin because Eve wanted to do other stuff. Right. And guess what? Adam, he ain't checker. He allowed himself to follow his woman and do the same damn thing. And the Lord was like, what are y'all doing? I told y'all not to do that. Oh, my bad. All right. Destroyed. That, like, now you're getting punished. There's a consequence or a punishment that's going to follow if you do not heed to that instruction. Right. So I want you to understand. This goes for everybody. It goes for sisters too. Slack sisters. I understand that some of y'all, I'm gonna be real. We're gonna keep. Hey, we love y'all. Keep it real. Your man gotta listen to instructions. Right. Your man gets told what to do. I still gotta take orders from somebody. He still gotta take orders from somebody. A warrior still gotta take orders from somebody. If you got a problem listening to your man, you shouldn't take offense to this because you should be being a righteous sister, right? But if you do take offense, why should you? Your man got to listen to somebody. You think that you are exempt from that? No. If your man tells you to do something a certain way, do it. You got a demon. Sorry, if I could, you got a demon on you if you don't want to hearken to what your husband is saying. Right. Because if he got to listen, if priest got to listen to somebody, King David still, was it Nathaniel? Yes. He still had to get checked by Nathaniel. This is King David. There was who was it? Saul? I forgot the brother's name, but that's when he was told to smite all the Amalekites, and he chose not to do it. And then he said, "Don't." I'm paraphrasing. Don't. He said, "I could still hear sheep bleeding." Yeah, something like that. And he didn't complete the order. Then it was like, okay, that's what the priest did. He said, "All right, no sweat. We'll let the Lord know." He tried to grab his garment, tore it. He was like, "Oh, where? Oh, bro. Oh, no, you definitely got." Bro, lost the kingdom. Lost it. And lost it. Again, the Lord is not a genie. He didn't lose it in a sense of like, okay, you're not king no more. Like, no. Don't worry about it. Time went by. He raised a man better than you. That's how David came about. David was a man better than him. He tried to kill David multiple times. His son was best friends with David. Right. His son was protecting David from his father. Guess what? Saul tried to fight back. He lost it. David thought that he could sin. Guess what? He lost his firstborn child. Right. And then all his other children, Salakia, they ended up passing, but it was due to the spirit of sexual deviancy Solomon, again, he's another one. Lost the kingdom because he wanted to sin. You're not above it. Everybody got to listen to somebody. So sisters, you got to listen to your man. Sisters, you got to listen to your man. Okay? Unless he's telling you to jump off a bridge, then you bring the counsel if that's the case. But
Right.
if he tells you, hey, I need you to stay home, or I need you to go do this, or hey, I got to go handle this real quick, I need you to go do that, just do it. Just do it. Because how is that fair that your man has to be told what to do, when to do it, what to do all the freaking time, but you're exempt from that? Hey, look, don't let the Love and Hip Hop and all the Erica Mena with the halitosis breath, Zeus Network
Reference thinking of whole life.
Yeah, don't let them get in your don't let them get in your head, sis. I just gotta put that out there. Slide, you got anything?
Nah,
we got 23.
we're 25. We getting at 21 right now.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Stop. I am the Lord thy God. I am not the Lord thy God, and they God, and they God. And no, I am the Lord thy God. The word God means power. That's all it means. I am the Lord thy God. I am your power, which have brought you, Israel, out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. The Lord has never dealt with any other nation but us. He does not care about any other nation. They are like spittle to him. You're going to read that throughout this Bible. I am the Lord thy God. Anybody want to fight you and argue with you about who God is and they love God and God loves everybody and all that, you can just go right here. You can go right here. And you would have to, if they would have to show you where God is talking to another nation and says, I am the Lord thy God. You won't find that throughout the Bible. It's like, keep reading.
Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Stop right there real quick. It was a video. I mean, this has always been a thing. Heathens always want to believe in something else.
Right.
Even that, think about it, Zeus Network, we just talked about it, right? Zeus is what? Greek mythology. I saw like an interview with Aaron the plumber, and he was explaining like why like he got off it or whatever. He in the world, but like there was some truth behind what he was bringing out. And he was like, no, they believe in Greek mythology. I think his name was like the Pied Piper or something like that. That's what they called him.
Yeah.
But he didn't know what that meant. I mean, I didn't know what it meant either. I'm thinking it's like something else. But he was like, he looked it up, and it's like referring to somebody that led, I think it's like 120 or 130 children to their death. And he was kind of like, what kind of weird pedophile stuff is this? Like, but this is what they believe in, though. They believe in these other gods. And if you think like it's bigger than what you think it is, they truly believe in this stuff. They believe that there is a giant white man in the clouds who rules over sky and thunder, who comes down and has sex with women and then leaves them. That's Greek mythology. Like, I don't know if I ever read up on Greek mythology. I did when I was younger. It's wild. There's a lot of rainbow activity, if you will. Yes. But that's the spirit of Isupk. That's what they believe in. So if you don't, you might think like, oh, okay, like that's just, we know it's fake.
Right.
We know that. They really believe in this stuff.
Right.
And they implement it into everything that they do because it is a reflection of them. I didn't even think about it. Zeus Network. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. But it's in the name. Zeus Network.
Zeus Network.
It's Greek mythology. That means that they believe in whatever it is in Greek mythology. They believe in rainbow activity. They believe in pedophilia. They believe in public humiliation. They believe in murder. They believe in all that stuff because that's what that is about. So when I know this comes up a few times in the Bible. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Take it like this. You're not gonna idolize any other beliefs other than what the Most High is about.
Right.
Because once you start believing in that garbage, you believe in Christianity, like the Europeanized Christianity.
Right.
You start believing in Egyptology. You start believing in what's another one? Japanese mythology.
Whatever.
All that stuff. You might think, oh, that's cool. They got da-da-da, whatever. When you really read into that stuff, I've read into some of these mythologies. It get wild.
Right.
But they believe in that stuff. So you need to stay away from that. You got to. That's why it's always said, like, we talked about this a few times. I know you've seen it in the military too. A lot of brothers, they get like heathen wives, and
They go over the
you end up believing in what they believe in.
Right.
You start eating what they eat. You start like, I remember it was a dude. He ended up being like a Japanese wife, and he got married to her, and he was wearing like a little. I think it's a kimono for a woman, but it's something else.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The attire. But it's like, you're not that though.
You look stupid.
You do.
You look stupid.
You look goofy. Like you really do. But now it's like you want her so bad
That you would.
yeah, it's worship.
Come on.
That's ideology. That's what you're doing. That is a sin because it strives you away from the Most High. And if it could happen to Solomon, I know we talk about him a lot,
Right.
but that's like the biggest one. He was a king,
Right.
a king. His name meant peace because he
Right.
was born in a time of peace. David's hands were too bloody.
So even
He couldn't do it. So he's like, no sweat, your son, he gonna rule over, which is righteous. Like the next of you is gonna rule over. He's gonna rule in a time of peace. Had everything. Yeah, I think brother grew up in a loving home.
right.
Had everything handed to him, and it still wasn't enough. You threw all of that away for some. I can't say what I really want to say,
Right,
but you
but
threw
yeah.
away for that.
For calamari.
Yeah, let's say that. Come on, man.
Right.
Don't be foolish.
Right.
Don't be foolish. So I know it may seem like that's a short verse. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Don't do that. It's like you
Finish up at 4.
yeah.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Let me stop it. Some fake Israelites believe your child can't. Okay. If that was what they thought, then we wouldn't be able to have this in here. This is the likeness of a lion. If this meant what they thought it meant, then we cannot have this in here. We would not be able to have your daughter would not be able to have a doll, because what does it say? Any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above or that is in the earth beneath. Are human beings on earth in the earth beneath? Yes, we are. So if your child has a doll, your daughter has a doll, she's clearly breaking the laws of God. You bought it for her, you're clearly breaking the laws of God. So with fake Israelites. Your son cannot have an action figure. Your son could not want to be Spider-Man. He cannot want to be a superhero. Why? Because these are things that are in the likeness of the earth. That's why you don't understand the Bible, because you never understood the spirit of the Bible. Just going back to what he said, you don't want something to the point where you worship it.
Right.
If you go to the next verse, I know we're not supposed to, but it say, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them." That's the point of it. He's getting to the point. Hey man, the reason why the issue with the golden calf, the issue was they made a golden calf to worship it. Why? Because they just came out of Egypt and they were worshiping golden calves in Egypt. That was the issue. He's not saying, "Hey, your child cannot have a doll." Don't read it to the point where all logic breaks it. You telling me we sitting in the house because you got a Charmander and that doesn't make any sense to anybody. Your child, if your daughter wants a rainbow because the colors are beautiful to her, a rainbow is very beautiful. It's just been turned into something crazy.
Yeah, no, right.
But if your daughter, I like drawing a rainbow, is she a sinner because she likes drawing a rainbow with some clouds? No, she's not. That's just what it is. She's not worshiping the rainbow. That's what the LGBTQ member, they walk around with that flag and they are worshiping that thing.
Defiled it into something else.
Right. We're not sinning because we got this big lion head sitting up here. This is not a sin. We just got a lion head because that's a tribe. That's it. We was walking up here, we had a wolf. This brother has a whole wolf.
Like, do I worship? I don't know if you can see it. Do you think I worship a wolf? Do you think I walk around and it's like I'm building shrines
of wolves?
Because like this is my tribe.
Right.
It's like you said, like, and there's a lot of confusion with that. If I could, okay, I don't know. Okay, this is a doubt.
Right.
A lot of people have a problem with this. One, because of ignorance. They think that this is the They think that this is the sigil of Baphomet, which is pretty much a dressed up term for the star of Satan.
Right.
Star of Satan was made to mock this.
Right.
Also, we have a Dawada. Like y'all can't see him right now, but brother a warrior, he has a Dawada on his chain.
Right.
Now, does that mean that we worship the symbol of the Dawada? No, we don't worship a shape. It's what's the star? First of all, a star is a ball of gas.
That's it.
Okay. This is not a star. We're not in elementary school anymore. We're not in elementary school anymore. You do not work. We don't worship this.
Right.
This is just a Dawada. It's literally just paying homage to King David. His name just means beloved. That's all it is. Okay. I don't need this on me. We just wear it because we just represent our culture.
And letting you know.
That's all it is.
You walk around with a cross all damn day.
Exactly. Are you worshiping? First of all, you gotta that's another thing. The cross, you gotta think, why are you walking around with a thing that Christ died on?
That's crazy.
But you don't think of that though. Like y'all don't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with this. It's ass backwards. Another thing, this was like a long time ago. This was on the One West radio show. There was a brother who they get confused about the graven image. As long as you are not worshiping that, you are good. And I'm bringing this up because Nike, like that swoosh,
right?
Do y'all know where that swoosh comes from?
That's
actually paying homage. I want to say, is it Greek? I think it's Greek mythology.
Nike was even the Starbucks.
Oh, for real?
The lady on the Starbucks, that's Greek mythology too.
See, but remember, hey,
Shiva.
What was it?
Shiva.
Look at that.
See,
look at that.
So the swoosh for the Nike symbol, I think it's like the god of Hermes because it's like the wing.
Yeah,
it's supposed to represent
that's crazy.
that. But here's the thing: does that mean that you what? Does that mean that you cannot wear Nike? Do I now worship the god of Hermes?
Right.
Because I have Nike on. I got a Nike Tech at home. Shit clean.
You
think I'm not
clean?
You think I'm not about to wear that?
Clean.
But does that mean that I worship Greek mythology? No. I don't worship no god of Hermes. Like I didn't even know it was that at first.
Don't put your faith in it. Don't put your trust in it.
Don't do that.
This is not going to save us. This Magunda will die. And that's another thing with you fake Israelites and them fringes. You wear them fringes like you be at camp like where your fringes at, brother. Stop. You think to the point. Okay, let's say Christ come and you chilling in your house. You think you need to walk around with fringes on in the house? Day. Like you talking reckless and crazy to me, and you not understand. What you do, and the sister added, fake Israelites love adding to the law. The reason why they like to do it, fake Israelites want to hurt you. They want to hurt you with the law.
They want to find something.
They want to punish you. Instead of them breaking down the law to the point where it makes sense and it makes you feel good, they want to find the law and they want to punish you and hurt you through the law. That's not the purpose of the law. The law is not to punish you. The law is to help you. The law is to say don't eat pork. That's not to punish you. That's to make sure you don't have a bad heart.
Right.
The law say don't do this, don't do that. It's not to punish you, it's to help you. The law say, hey, look, don't have no graven images. But with these graven images, if you do have them, don't worship them.
Yeah, that's all that is. Like, what's it? What is it? Is it Muslims? Like they worship like what was what's the hell is that rock called?
Cobblestone.
Cobblestone, right? They worship like actual stone.
That's crazy.
You don't do that. The thing is, everything is an image. This is an image. There's what is it? Grapes. There's grapes on here. You got a lion right here. This is a hand. There's a lion right here. I got a wolf on here. He got a Dawada. Does that mean we want to sit here and worship all these symbols? No. Don't try to don't confuse yourselves. Fake Israelites will sit here and be like, oh, you're wearing the Star of Molech. This is not the Star of Molech. It's not even a star. Like I said earlier, a star, a literal star is a big ball of gas in space.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. If you think as a grown-ass man or woman that this is a star, take your ass back to kindergarten because that's when we were drawing stars. That's what that is. It's not even a star. It's a Dawada. If you read the ancient Hebrew, it's a shape. It's inverted. You put it together, and it's just representing our culture. No different than wearing fringes. This is a part of our culture. For us wearing the headpieces, it's a part of our culture. Just like having braids is a part of our culture. It's the same thing. Do I worship braids?
You worship beards?
You worship a beard. I worship the hair on my head. That's stupid. Don't feed into that. People who willfully think like that, they don't serve God. And they are just trying to find something, like you said, to hurt you and diminish what you believe in. That's all that is. So take that into consideration when it talks about the graven image. That's what that's talking about.
Right. And if I may, the reason why they want to hurt you with the law, because they're breaking the law themselves.
They want you to be them.
They are breaking the law themselves, and they do not believe in perfection. So they have to punish you with the law in their mind instead of trying to help you. You gotta you might get yelled at and screamed in here and cussed out in the council in the hill. That's fine. It's only to help you. Yeah. That other group is gonna talk all soft and all sweet, but they're gonna punish you with the law. That's what they're gonna do. You know why? Because they break the law them damn selves. They are not people you should follow. Moses knew that. The Lord knew that. And the people who came up with Numbers the 16th chapter, we'll get to it in a few weeks. They all died. They came up against Moses and they died. Yep. They fell. Their group fell. All them fake Israelites in Acts, they fell. They all fell. The ones that was around when Christ was preaching or when Christ was teaching, they fell. Guess what? They all fell.
Yeah, it's
that's me.
Yeah, if I could real quick, like you really gotta like question it. You really gotta.
I know.
You really gotta question the type of men that you follow, because like when you read the Bible and you see the type of men that are in here, like Moses, for example, I believe this is when we were at war with the Midianites and the Moabites, and this was a time when the Lord put a plague over us. And but the reason why there was a plague is because brothers were sleeping with heathen women. We were taking them as wives.
Right.
Now Moses didn't know that at the time. He was kind of like, "What's going on here?"
Right.
But then I forgot. Salakia. It wasn't Moses
who had found out. I forget the brother name that found out.
Was it Elizar? Salakia. I can't remember his name. If anybody does remember, but for time's sake, he ended up seeing one of us, a brother, in the tent,
right,
getting busy with one of the Midianitish women, a heathen woman. He was so angry. You want to know what he did? Brother picked up a freaking javelin and said, speared them both in the act. Like really think about that. I can't like I'll paint a picture for you. Like the brother was in the act and got right there, and they both died. These are the type of men that were appointed over the nation of Israel at this time. I remember it said that Moses was wroth, which means angry. You think the men who were not tolerating sexual deviancy up in their camp,
right? You
really think that you and you know who I'm talking about, but you are going to lead the nation of Israel and you out here being nasty? You're going to lead the nation of Israel. You're the same man who would have got speared at that time. You're the same man who would have got exiled from the camp, would have been put somewhere else because you out here committing sin. This is for all sins, like not just I'm talking on that part.
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't you, and you shouldn't follow that. You should follow I would say a man like Moses,
right.
A man like Aaron,
right.
A man like this is when they were being righteous, of course, but just righteous men in general.
Right.
It's like you got.
I was gonna finish it with this. This the same person to tell. He told them brothers after his little speech of him crying. He told them brothers, "Do what I taught you to do. Go out and no, don't do what he taught you to do. Because what he taught you to do is to do what he did, and what he did was not acceptable to God. You should do everything opposite of what that man told you. Starting with coming into One West and changing your life. With that, we're gonna have to end this class for time's sake. Like, share, and subscribe. We're glad you checked in with us.
Let's just have one question real quick before we go. Sister Bathar had a question. Could it be that being institutionalized gives them a sense of having a roof over their head and 3 meals a day due to not having any direction or thought? That's exactly what it is. Because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like in a sense of like we are sheep. The nation of Israel, we are sheep. We need a shepherd. We, in a sense, kind of like have to be looked after. So being institutionalized, you get into like a routine, like how you said, you get into a routine, and it's almost kind of like they make you think like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, yeah, you in prison, but you get 3 square meals a day. You have like you say, you have a roof over your head. Like you're not dead. Like in a sense, you're kind of being taken care of, but you're in prison though. Same thing with the military. Yeah, you're being taken care of, but you got to serve Esau. You got to fight in their war.
Right.
You got to go commit what they want, but you'll be taken care of though.
You do it. You in it so long. Yeah. It's just what it's so normal to you.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be normal.
Right.
Captivity. This is the point. Captivity and oppression should not be normal. always been an underdog. Why do you think people love black music so much? It's just trauma and pain and somebody overcome it. But the boy say went from $50 to my name to $50K a night. You like, damn. You make you feel like, man, that's good. But that brother should not have $50 to his name.
It's like why he had to start off like that.
This brother should not have been in them type of situations. We love an underdog, but you don't really understand what an underdog really going through. You don't understand the trauma and pain. And this brother is so used to trauma and pain. He's so used to agony. He's so used to hurt. He's so used to horrific incidences that is just he's numb to it and becomes normal. And he's like, hey, I already did this amount of time. I can do it. My cousin, he went to prison and he had 2 more years left. We was on the phone. And no, he had got out. We were talking to my other homeboys finna get 2 years of some crazy, something small. He was like, oh man, there ain't nothing. That's just summer, winter. Nigga, that's 2 years in prison. I don't care how short of a time it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's 2 years. That's time. And the fact that you just think it's just 2 years. He used to it. Yeah. You did 10, 15 years, but I should not have to.
Yeah, it really is crazy.
The mindset is just, hey man, I'm so used to it. It's nothing to me. I don't mind going to do this crime because this is the only amount of time they're gonna give me. Or you can just not do the crime and get no time. There you go. That's the answer.
Yep. But with that, the water for everybody that tuned in, we're gonna continue. We're in chapter 20 now.
Yes, sir.
But what you can take from this class in the sense of like, one, don't get used to slavery. That is a mental illness. Don't try to do everything by yourself. Moses, all these men, all these brothers, all these priests, all these kings, whoever it was that was appointed some type of authority over something, they had people around them that help. You can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
You can't build a nation by yourself. You need people. You need people with you. You need everybody doing the work. I'll give it to you like this, for time's sake. The Lord did not create everything by himself.
Right. He did.
Delegated. The Lord, the Most High, did not create everything by himself. He delegated. This is back in Genesis. Yeah. We broke that down a long time ago. Genesis 1. He had powers that he delegated to do certain things. Even the angels, we can't see them, but they can see us. You think the Most High, like they're his eyes.
Right.
There are angels in here right now that are governing everything that we're doing. Okay, this brother did this today. This brother did that.
Right.
He didn't do this, but he did that. Whatever.
That's in the Bible.
And they report back to the Most High.
That is in the Bible. That is in Jude. When Michael was up against Satan and talking about where to bury Moses' bones. Satan was like, well, he did this. And Michael was like, yeah, but this is what he did. Yeah, he did this one thing. Okay, he smoked the rock. But he just led the children of Israel out of Egypt, out of captivity.
Weighing pros and cons.
That's it.
Pros and cons. Okay, are your pros outweighing your cons? I pray they do, because if it's the other way around, hey, Lord be with you.
Over with.
But that's all we got. Time's sake, for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. You got anything?
Passover next week. It's crazy. Passover's next week. So you other brothers, we know we got to do.
Yeah.
5 days.
Literally,
yeah.
Literally. Close the door.
With water.
I said close the doors.
The water for everybody that tuned in with that.
Shalom. Close the doors.
Hey, shalom, Israel. The Isupk presents the Lord's 56th annual Passover going down right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a whole bunch of events lined up for y'all, including the annual lamb slaughter. You already know. Then it's the Hebrew Academy trials. Oh boy. Next, we got the children's party. Then, we got General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class and the Hebrew Academy graduation. The Lord's 56th annual Passover. Pay your Passover fee. It's only $200 to get all these exclusive events. Real black culture. The general's in attendance and the stage is set. It's going down. April the 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. This event is only for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people. We got a week full of events from April the 9th and the 13th. But remember, you gotta pay that Passover fee. It's only $200 to get every event exclusively. Here's the itinerary for the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 9th is the annual lamb slaughter. April the 10th is the kids party. At 7 p.m. later that night, General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class. April the 11th, the Hebrew Academy graduation. Later that night at 8 p.m. is the all-black party. April the 12th is the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 13th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. $200, 17 years or older, pay your Passover fee. See you in Atlanta, Israel. Shalom.